You don't like that?
No.
No, not at all? All right.
That one's like it. Whatever. Stop.
Morning, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
I want to start by saying something.
Of course, I'll sit here and let you say congratulations for your Yankees.
No, I don't care. I don't care
Is it a
about
thank you for my overall contribution? Is the show?
Well,
That
certainly
too
that
could
should be
Could be.
something we should talk about for 3 hours. You're right.
Yeah.
I just want to say to the people that are just hating on Whitney Cummings, you just don't know comedy.
Is that what it is?
You just don't know comedy. So get over yourselves.
Stop hating.
Stop hating
Start
Whitney Cummings.
participating. That's what I say.
NBC orders full season of Whitney.
Wow, do they love this girl?
See? You
Does
guys
she
just
have
don't know
some-
comedy. You don't know funny.
Does she know? Has she really perfected the Jedi mind trick? Does she walk into executives?
You know what? You're hating. You're hating.
Give me a TV show.
You're hating.
And let me produce one.
You're drinking some of that haterade, man. I'm telling you, this chick knows fucking comedy.
We gotta give her a TV show.
And let me produce another one.
All right, let her produce another one.
See, you're continuing.
Move along.
See what
Okay,
you're
go on,
doing?
move along.
See what you're doing?
Yeah. Am I hating?
You're hating. You just don't understand comedy. You don't understand sitcoms. You don't understand network TV.
I thought it just
you
showed
don't
that I understand
funny.
Star Wars. That's all I was trying. Yes.
Yep, NBC has ordered a full season of Whitney, everyone.
You know, I'll give you one thing.
Yeah.
She's kind of cool to look at.
Not really.
You don't think so?
Just because a girl isn't chubby doesn't mean she's, fuckable.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying she's amazing.
I think people get tricked in when they look at a girl and she's in good shape. They think, "Oh wow, look how hot she is." No, that's a starting point, and then you got to look at other shit. The tit to ass ratio, the face,
Well,
the eyes.
when she was doing that horrid bit on her show where she dressed like a nurse.
Yeah.
At one point, she kind of bends over a little bit, and the ass ain't too bad. She's kind of pretty.
Wait, she looks pretty good right there.
Yeah,
wait a minute.
I
Whitney is
can't.
very fuckable.
Wait a
I
minute.
can't sit here and say she's not a fuckable girl.
Yeah.
The picture I'm looking at, she's really fuckable. Wow. All right.
And her vibe.
Okay,
Her
then.
vibe is very, very
Sexy?
very sexy.
Really?
Yeah. She seems like when you look at her. I don't know how if she comes off sexy on film, but when you're talking to her, she has that. She has that very, very sexual vibe. You feel it coming off her. It's hard not to be attracted to her.
Let me take a look. You got
Yeah.
to Google image and do an overall here, because anyone can take a good picture. I have proven that over the years. Let me see.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. No, she's good looking. I could say the show ain't funny. I could say it's a.
You don't know
a
it's not
sit-
funny.
a
You never sat through it.
What?
You're a hater.
Oh no! Let me tell you something, my friend. I sat through the premiere episode.
Okay. All right.
We watched some clips of it here on this very program,
Which
if
I
you remember
enjoyed,
on the intro
which I enjoyed.
and of course we all did.
Yes.
She's magic.
Yeah.
And I watched it on the television set. And what I saw was, your typical sitcom-y garbage. But she looked good.
I think it's got to be said. I guess she's a funny comic. Okay.
Yeah.
This shit is just not my cup of tea or any of our cups of tea. Right. I hate this sitcom-y shit that they've been doing forever.
No, and there's so many of them this season. Like
They're going back. They're going backwards a little
They're
bit.
trying to go back to the sitcom-y thing, but with all the dumbness and political correctness, but not edgy, really.
Well,
trying to be edgy, but not.
Well, these sitcoms, they stress me out because everything's like joke, 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 joke,
You
joke,
heard
joke,
absolutely
joke,
right.
joke, 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 joke.
That is
How
absolutely
about we
what they're
breathe a
doing.
little bit? I think even in Seinfeld, they didn't do as many jokes. They allowed
have a
the show itself to
setup.
just breathe.
Have a setup for your story without everything that's being set up have to be a joke.
I'm doing a Jim Norton here right now because he would do this perfectly. Joke, 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 joke.
That is where most sitcoms lose any realistic feeling. Is they don't have any real interactions. It just feels like
It's just not real. Like, I was sitting and watching her show and saying no one talks like this. And I'm not saying that it should be a realistic depiction of life, because, most of the time it ain't funny, and it's not entertaining, and people are stupid. But just something.
Yeah,
That's a little realistic.
Basically, let the show itself breathe. Let the characters breathe. I don't even know what the characters are because they're too busy doing their joke thing.
When a character walks in the door, or they go to a bar and one of their ensemble cast characters walks in, and you know exactly what that character is going to do every fucking episode, within the first minute you see them on camera,
right?
It's just, all right, this guy, he always talks about the chicks and having to get laid, and oh boy, and every time, every word out of his mouth is some, hey, look at the tits on her.
All right, so you're pointing out very obvious stuff. My point is this: why don't we get it? Why aren't we just accepting this?
Because we're jaded, and
why isn't our audience in general, they don't accept this shit?
She's in the shower, and if the guy wasn't in there, that would be pretty hot. But we're looking at Whitney. It's a clip of them in the shower.
Yeah.
There's kind of nothing wrong with it. I'm not talking about the show. I'm talking about, like, her in general.
That's a selfish motherfucker right there. He's taking up all the water. You don't do that if you shower with somebody.
This is crazy. And now we're looking through the shower curtain. It looks like some wacky sexual thing is going on. But meanwhile, it's like she's fighting for her life in there.
Well, she's probably...
there's the opener. Whitney. She's fucking doing a little piggyback ride with her boyfriend.
I don't want to confuse people. She seems like she's funny, but this sitcom crap, I just can't watch.
No,
it's hard to watch sitcoms as I guess a genre, if you want to say, with reality TV, because reality TV shows real interactions. Even if it's assisted reality like Family Jewels, they show you but they still show you it's more realistic,
right?
The way people communicate, as opposed to always being a cadence.
I don't agree with that, Jimmy.
No,
I think assisted reality and reality is phonier than a lot of these fucking sitcoms. It's 90 hours for every fucking 10 minutes that they show, edited to make something look like it happened. You never hear one reality star after a show is over say, well, that was a real accurate depiction of what really happened during the show. It's like, oh boy, that wasn't even there. Or they twisted around there. They're using facial reactions from when we were in a meeting.
Yeah.
And now they're using it like, and then they do a slow motion thing to make it look dramatic. It's all phony.
A lot of these guys go, they fucked me in the editing. We've heard that a million times. A million times.
Then maybe I should say it's the human interaction, not necessarily the storylines. Because there's not all, when you look at reality TV, it's hurt sitcoms because,
it's cheap.
It's really cheap, and it is just people talking without, maybe because there's no laugh track, or maybe because everything isn't dot joke, like it doesn't have the cadence of a sitcom, and I think maybe that's where it hurts sitcoms.
Yeah. Let me say hi to Jess in Maine, who's a broad. Broad, what do you got for the show?
We got a broad?
We got a broad on the line.
No broad.
Is it Jesse?
On the screen it says, your name's Jesse?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's different.
That must have been rough in school.
Oh.
Jesse could go either way, man. I know some females that are Jesse.
All right, girl name. What's up?
Yeah, what do you got, buddy?
Girl name.
No, I said you don't get it because you're not a broad.
Well, I think you can't have a show on NBC if you're just going for one sex. So that means a lot of guys are enjoying Whitney. They have to be enjoying it, and that's. I'm driving in this morning thinking, what's wrong with us that we don't enjoy this shit? Why are we so fucking jaded? Why do we need more from our entertainment on TV?
All the PC correctness bullshit.
I wouldn't say she's PC though. Honestly, I wouldn't.
Got a little edge to her.
Yeah, I wouldn't say she's PC at all.
That shower scene's very edgy. They've never done that in sitcoms. It looked like she was bent over, getting it in the ace.
Oh yeah.
Could only hope.
Yeah. I haven't actually watched.
Meanwhile, the viewers were.
See,
because
I haven't watched it, but I'll tell you, it will. There's no way they're just pulling it because they spent a lot of money on it. There's a lot of money in the advertising of it. There's no way they're not giving it a full season.
Yeah.
And she'll get viewers too. She'll actually get a lot of viewers.
I suspect that that show is going to be one of those shows that lasts for a while and does very well.
Yeah.
I think Whitney's going to do very well for herself.
You want to talk about another show, too, while we're talking about shows? I finally saw...
The Yankees?
We'll get to the Yankees.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
all
that
your,
show.
All your fellow Yankee fans are just waking up because
We're
they had to stay up
very
late
happy
and very tired.
Yeah.
I finally saw an episode of Modern Family.
Modern Family. Now,
Why
isn't that,
the fuck is this a popular show?
is this a show that has gay people on it?
Well, we had one of the gay people in here, and he's a very straight fraternity, beer drinking type of guy.
Right.
And I watched Modern Family. I can't believe it's the same guy we interviewed. I'm just
Really?
amazed by it.
See, I haven't seen one episode
He
of that.
plays gay very well, Ed. Very well. Won an Emmy for it. And if I didn't know any better, I would think he would be the gayer guy on the show. But the other guy is actually gay in real life. But the guy playing gay, because he's straight, seems gayer than the gay guy. That's some
Really?
acting, my friend. Yeah.
I haven't seen it, like I said, but I just hear it's gay.
Well,
I heard about the gayness.
who I'm going to attack is the hot broad on Modern Family.
Now, attack in what way? Like literally?
Well, her name's Sofia Mars. You like her, right? Because it's a Hispanic on TV.
Is she Hispanic?
Colombian.
Is she a Latina?
Yes, she is. Her name is Sofia Vergara.
But she's on the show, and fuck yeah, she's hot as hell. But she's a pain in the ass. Like, why would Ed O'Neill deal with that? How good is her pussy?
What?
Ed O'Neill is married to her, going out with her. What's the deal?
She's married to her, and he's
She's sexy, man.
Now, how is
She's
Ed
young.
O'Neill fucking like hooked up with her on the show?
Yeah. How do they explain that?
How do they explain that? What is Ed O'Neill a radio DJ
No,
who
he's got-
made good? And it's the only explanation I can think
She's
of.
fucking really hot, but she's like she has that Hispanic blood attitude in her, where she
Oh.
doesn't take no shit from nobody,
Right, sassy.
and that's how she talks, right?
Holy mother of fuck!
Yeah, she's really
What is
fucking
going
hot.
on?
I'm not going to deny it.
Wow,
But
that is a thong shot.
Jesus, what an ass.
Holy shit!
No, I mean you.
Oh, so,
That is fucking
That's hers, a
amazing.
blonde. Holy shit! But on the show, she's in everyone's fucking face and not taking shit. It's like, who cares? I got a nice body. Don't you fuck with me?
Do you love the way the thong disappears in the ass cheeks? Like, I love when a thong disappears.
You know what? That's where I got.
Oh my
that.
God.
Look at that.
Look at the way that disappears.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's the problem.
magical.
It is magical. That's amazing, and it works on her. But 99.9% of the girls wearing a tea bag,
Hey, the tea bags.
they look ridiculous. She pulls it off, obviously.
She pulls it off. I'm pulling it off right now. I'll get it. It's a jerk off.
One of the sexiest things a girl ever said to me, we were talking in text message, and she sent me a
I
picture
have a cock.
That's always better when that's a surprise. And you're like, oh,
Oh, well.
that's my I didn't know face. Oh,
I didn't know it was my birthday.
but we were talking, and she sent me a picture of her ass, and she had like the thong just disappeared. And I go like, wow, the thong really disappeared. And she goes, yeah, my ass really eats it.
Whoa.
I came to that. It was
Really?
so raw and dirty and fucking naughty. Oh,
That is dirty.
her ass eats
Her
the
ass
thong.
is eating
This
it.
is a juicy ass.
Here's my problem. We're looking at her pulling off the tea bag perfectly, and it's disappearing in her
Yeah.
ass. All I could think of is there's duty on her fucking tongue
Jesus.
now.
Oh, God, I never think of that.
Because I know what happens to my underwear if I get a little...
Jesus. To your thong?
if all of a sudden
Yeah,
it
well-
gets kind of swallowed up a little
Oh, girls are different.
Yeah, they don't
Opie.
have swamp ass.
bit. I can't tell you how many times I've embarrassingly thrown my underwear away.
Have you really?
Oh, fuck.
Does your
Oh,
crack
God.
sweat out and stink?
Oh, yeah, a little swampy
Oh, see, mine's not
sometimes.
that bad.
Being an athlete like myself,
Swampy.
it happens.
Of course, after a long game.
That's right. You're right.
Would you bury your fucking face in her ass, Jimmy?
If her, I'd bury my face
of
in
course.
her ass if it smelled like Opie's.
You sure about that?
Oh, jeez. Why?
Look, I don't like the air.
There she is meeting Obama. Look,
I don't like the airbrush face. Actually,
Those people look like that
I'm
animal.
not saying anything.
Hey,
her face is airbrush, which I don't like.
Mars, you like her on the show, even though she's like, she doesn't take any fucking shit from nobody attitude.
I like the show in general, the whole show, everything.
You like Modern Family?
I like the show. Yes, I do.
Are you half Are you
Well, it's probably because of the Latina.
You think about,
angle.
Yeah.
the
No.
Latina.
Yeah.
Even the
No?
gay angle is.
Oh,
that's
you like
pretty
the
funny.
gay angle too? Well,
funny.
that's interesting.
Did you see him?
That's
did
how
you see-
Spanish guys deal with their like sexual feelings for men. They just laugh about it.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at him kissing the other man. They will tense.
That's funny.
You see the gays in the water hugging each other, and then they fell down in the water.
Ew.
Yeah,
that
so-
made you laugh, I guess.
Was it sensitive gay or like
don't know
just
what-
fucking gay?
I really don't know what I was watching. There.
Over the top gay.
Because we've discussed it before. Like just fucking gay, like
no,
gay
it-
guys fucking, is it for some reason is not as disturbing. Yeah, it's hotter, a lot hotter. It's not as disturbing as sensitive rubbing beards.
No, these guys
and
are
kissing gay.
These guys are makeout gays.
Makeout gays.
You wanna see
that's
that?
a little
Makeout
rough.
gay.
You want to see that type of gay?
Not
Always
really, but
Always Sunny. Last week's episode.
really.
Oh yeah.
Why haven't I watched Always Sunny
That's
this
a great
year?
Always Sunny. is
Oh, that's
good.
right, because I have a kid that wants to watch Yo Gabba Gabba 12 hours a day.
Oh,
that's
God.
right. I forgot for a second that he has taken over my TV.
But there was a
Wow, really?
yes.
Yeah.
There was a scene last
Don't
week.
do that.
I'm trying to get him into, like, I was watching the baseball game last night. No, let's watch some baseball. I know you don't speak much yet, but let's enjoy the game together. Next thing you know, it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm watching Yo Gabba Gabba again.
Wow, that would drive me insane.
Yeah, there's things
Damn,
that are a
that's-
little rough, but
Yeah.
in general, it's all right.
Yeah, I'm just.
But she yells in every episode, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
She's got a problem, and then she gets so heated, and all of a sudden it turns from English to Spanish, and you're like, watch out, don't mess with this broad.
Look out. Oh God.
But she is really funny.
So she's speaking like Spanglish.
I guess.
Is that what she's doing? The Spanglish thing.
I don't know that dirty language. I guess that's what it is.
She's pretty funny, man.
You think she's funny?
I think what's written for her is it's funny. Yes.
That's why the show's doing well. You're getting a first-hand view of a fan of the show.
But who would deal with that? I know she's hot. but
Spanish guys.
That attitude. Holy shit.
Spanish guys put up with like bitchy chicks. Because I know black guys will put up with some fucking raving cunt women. And you know, people have talked about it before. Outside, you know, they sound like they're fucking, you know, in charge and got their hoe in fucking places where they're supposed to be. But in real life, you know, black guys put up with a lot of shit from their chicks. What's going on in the Hispanic world with chicks?
Well, from what I see, yeah, they accept that bullshit.
Yeah, men take it.
Yeah.
If a Latina starts fucking pulling that shit, oh, you didn't. No, they start pulling that fucking Rosie Perez talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if she looks good and she's very fuckable.
Guys will fucking
take that shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's what
Will it
happens.
cut you?
I guess everybody
they got that reputation too.
Guys are pussy whipped too, the white guys.
Let me go to Scott, because he likes us and he likes Modern Family. I'm not saying Modern Family is a bad
Oh.
show. That would be really stupid to say.
Hey, pussy
be
boy,
really
Scott, you pussy boy.
That would be stupid to say. I just don't watch these shows, but I'm trying to take a little peek here and there. Go ahead, Scott.
If you only watch one show, you got to watch the one where the kids walk in on the parents having sex.
What are you, fucking advertisement? If you only watch one show this year,
Really?
make it the one where...
I'm saying you can't hate on the show until you watch it a little bit. It really has some funny writing, and
Oh, I could hate anything I
No,
want.
yeah, I'm not hating on the show. I just she was just too intense for me. She was yelling and screaming. I don't even know what the problem was.
Has the writing gotten any edgier on TV? Because I literally haven't watched any. I've seen a 5 minutes of Whitney.
Always Sunny
and
is
that's
very
it.
edgy.
Maybe it's gotten a little
Always
edgier.
Sunny's extreme. I think you would like Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Always Sunny.
Maybe I heard it's good.
Now your big networks, your Fox, your
Modern
CBS,
Family does the racist jokes.
your
You're right.
NBC, things like that.
They enjoy a good black joke
No, they also enjoy the good Asian joke
and
too.
Asian jokes.
Yeah.
Those stupid.
They're trying very hard, network television, to compete with things like FX.
Right.
And these things. So they're kind of trying to throw in this edginess.
Maybe.
But it's still, you could tell, there's network executives that are just castrating these shows.
Yes.
So, yeah, whatever. We'll
can
see
I-
what happens.
Thank you, Scott. Did you make your point? I don't even know. I was half listening.
Was there a point?
Was there a point, Scott?
I don't even know.
All right, let's go to Richard in Montauk.
Oh, Treehouse. What?
morning.
Hey, Treehouse in Montauk. What's that?
Right, Richard,
Hey, good morning.
Oh, Richard. Oh, okay.
please.
Jesus,
You know, AIDS.
you miss him, don't
My
you?
AIDS pal.
You miss him,
Who wouldn't?
Richard. What do you got?
Morning. You want to see that girl look really hot? She's got a commercial for Heineken called The Tiger.
The Tiger. Do we
Yeah,
know this
pull it up.
commercial?
Yep, it's a famous Heineken commercial where she's at a wedding
Famous.
This chick is fucking hot.
and she's got a low cut dress on. It's a nice commercial.
Really?
Did we explain how she's with fucking Ed O'Neill?
Someone said that is Ed O'Neill really rich or
Yes,
something?
he is. He's making good money.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know what the premise
Well,
is.
now it's complete. Yeah, that explains everything. That's how it works, I think.
She also has a kid on the show, and so he took her and the
A
kid.
big, fat, chubby fucking kid.
Yeah.
What's that about?
He's pretty. He's cute. He's funny too. They're all funny though. All the
Look at
characters.
that. Marza said
Cute.
he's cute. He's
Cute.
You like cute fucking
Jesus.
sitcoms, don't you?
No,
What are you
actually,
doing?
I like Always Sunny best. And like I was saying last week, had a good gay scene, if you will.
Oh, well, it's cute. It's good gay
you guys,
scene.
you guys want
Cute,
that?
gay.
You really are giving it a raving review.
Let me tell you, man. They came over to the Jersey Shore and they went under the boardwalk and they found some things under the boardwalk.
Really?
I
I guess you're not so much on the down low anymore, are you now?
that old DL, as they say.
That DL is going away now, is it?
Yeah,
DL.
boy, Mars really seems to like when Jupiter puts it when his shit comes out.
It's nice and subtle there, Chip.
Do we got the Heineken commercial?
Heineken.
The guy said that she was in a Heineken commercial called The Tiger. And I guess it's a famous commercial.
I
And we
bet-
would know it, and she looks hot as all hell.
Coming from a listener, I bet.
Fair
We've
enough.
never seen it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. It's the Eye of the Tiger. It's the... No, you can't find it?
Good song.
Oh, of course it is.
Doesn't that get pumped?
Oh, always. Dun, 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 dun.
So
Yeah.
how about your Yankees? I did watch some of
What?
the game,
Oh,
actually.
I don't know. I didn't watch the game.
Because
No, I'm teasing, of course.
I did that whole Yo Gabba Gabba thing for
Yeah.
fun. The fact is, I got 8 TV, so I was able to find the Yankee game on
Well,
the TV. Or actually,
Topi.
1, 2, 3. I got 5 TVs. Sorry,
There will be a game 5 in New York.
I fell asleep when it was 4-2.
Yeah, it went up to like 10. Actually, it
was 4-1.
4-1.
I saw 4-2.
10-1.
It was
I thought I
10-1.
saw 4-1, 4-2. No,
No, it's 4-1, and I kind of watched the Yankees rally.
They had a great 8th
that's probably when
inning.
I was falling
Yeah.
asleep then, because I thought I saw 4-2.
They really came alive.
He
right.
scored 6, right?
Yeah, scored 6 in the 8th. AJ, I wasn't expecting much. Everybody a little scared, but he pulled it out through 6 with a lot of help from the team. The Grandy Man can, making some miraculous plays that saved a lot
this
of
one?
runs. Yeah,
Like that
look at that
diving
one.
catch? That
Look
was
at him
great.
just slide, and then he laid down like, oh, I think I hurt my fucking head. He's like, oh, I don't feel very good.
Wait, what did he hurt?
It knocked the wind out of him, I think.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, he.
Isn't it amazing when they don't pull, like when you're watching something like this, when they don't pull a pitcher?
Yeah,
Who else
yeah.
got killed recently? What are the? It was in Arizona. There was another game where the relief guy gave up like fucking 4 runs. I'm like, what do you guys do? This is the playoffs. You got to pull this guy.
But maybe at that point they're thinking, all right, let's rest everybody for
Right,
game
game
5,
five.
you know?
Maybe if
I
there
don't know.
would be, because I think the previous game they should have pulled CeCe before they did. He was cheesing up the fucking mound.
Does he stink?
He stunk the other night, that's for sure. But
cameraman.
and the players pointing. It was just
That's funny. That's
the Texas
the
game.
Texas game, yeah.
Hilarious. Yeah. So it was just a.
So the Rangers moved on last night?
It looks that way.
We're
huh?
talking to the whole country.
Yeah.
So
They all just fucking my Parkinson's. They're spilling their beverages.
Rangers fans got to be happy today.
Yeah.
So game 5, what, tomorrow?
Game 5 tomorrow, back at the stadium.
Why don't you go?
Which, if I could
Support
get
your
some
team.
tickets, I'm on the motherfucker.
I'm on the
As they say, I'm on the motherfucker. But what I liked seeing, some consistent Yankee hitting was nice to see. And my God, two hits from A-Rod. Amazing. 2 postseason hits from A-Rod in the game. After, of course, he cheeses it with bases loaded.
Home runs?
No, of course not. You know, he did get a sac fly. But that A-Rod, man. Here's one of the most embarrassing things I think for A-Rod last night. They actually walked the bases loaded. They walked the bases loaded because A-Rod was coming up next.
Wow.
Now, how fucking embarrassing is it to be A-Rod when Detroit walks a guy, loads the bases up because A-Rod's coming up. That's fucking embarrassing.
That's weird.
Yeah, yeah.
I know that's strange.
It was a little odd. I was very excited though, very happy. It's just good to see Game 5 at the stadium. This one for, as they say, all the marbles.
Yes.
All the marbles. Well, in this series, anyway.
I hate to tell you, but the Tigers are going to pull us out.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that endorsement of Detroit.
I
Detroit, I'm
completely
sorry
believe that.
you had to hear Opie.
I completely
back
believe
Detroit.
that. I completely believe in that.
Go Yankees. Wow. That right there is almost a guarantee. It's almost a lock.
And breaking news.
Yes, sir.
Another listener that's completely wrong.
Oh, no.
John Paul Lake in Suffern, New York. He writes, search Heineken Tiger, comes right up, and it is a different actress.
Listeners are stupid.
One of these guys even has her name somewhere up here. I don't know.
Nah.
It's a different actress.
Fucking people.
We all look alike.
Yeah, that must
well,
be
not
it.
so much as, the others, but you guys do look alike at times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Never noticed that.
She did one for Pepsi.
Oh, is that her? Wait, is that her?
She did one for Pepsi.
Is that her?
No.
No. Holy shit, though.
What?
This girl's trying to get across the hot sand, and she's taking...
That's her.
That is her.
That's
and she's taking her clothes off and hopping on her clothes. And now she's got...
Jesus,
boy.
she's
Now she's
fucking
hopping
hot.
through the hot sand, and she's hot.
That's a while ago, though, huh?
Yes.
She's getting up there in age.
Yeah.
And still keeping it together.
Still looking good.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. We didn't find the Heineken, though, there?
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Sorry.
Why would it?
Sorry, John Paul Lake. Now you're wrong, too. Doesn't exist.
Listener.
Hey, Dancing with the Stars.
I heard a clip on the news on the way in,
Yeah.
and no surprises there. Who's still in it?
Chaz Bono.
Chaz Bono. Mr. Chaz Bono.
Why do they have to
with
have
a vagina?
Why do they have to have the viewers vote? Because they're just goofing around now.
That's the whole gist of these game show themed TV shows.
You think she's somewhere right now all happy like I made it through because of my dancing skills? No, people want to continue watching the freak fucking try to roll across that stage.
Well, I'm wondering what's next for the Chaz Bono, because this is like the debutante ball for this disaster.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm in the public eye now. All you've known me for is this controversy of me wanting to be a guy.
Right.
And now we're seeing some Chaz personality. We're seeing Chaz dancing and being on these entertainment shows because Chaz is a big star here on Dancing with the Stars. So where does it go from there? How does a man with a vagina extend the career?
If she wants to go all in,
Yeah.
forklift operator.
What? How's that?
Get a
Is
job.
that a
as
new show?
No.
Oh.
She's not going to be in entertainment.
You just think it's just back to the warehouse and...
Well, if she wants to, she's.
Oh, God.
She looks like one of those type of guys.
I'm just looking at a still pic.
It's so stupid.
It's head on during like almost a tango kind of a thing.
So
and it's a
dumb.
head on shot, and that Chaz face
That's so
is
stupid.
hilarious. Oh my God, Chazzy May.
Look at this.
Anyway, yeah, I don't.
And she has to dress like a guy. So you go, oh, that's right, she's a guy.
Oh,
now.
right. Why are two girls dancing? Why?
No,
why
no,
is a hot
see-
girl dancing with a fat chick with a beard?
No, see, because the one has a tie. That's a guy.
Oh, it's a guy then.
Yes.
But no penis.
No, have confidence that you're a guy now. And don't fucking dress like you're a guy. Like, you know what I mean? Over the top guy.
Over
like,
the top guy.
She has to wear a suit and a tie.
That is what happens with these transgendered people. They do go over the top with what they want to do. You see these guys that don't even resemble women.
Mm-hmm.
You see those HBO specials we used to goof on all the time, and they'd have these transgender guys, and they'd dress up and go out.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this one show where 4 guys dressed as women. They said they weren't gay, but they just liked going out on the town dressed like chicks. And they were so over the top trying to be girls. They looked completely ridiculous anyway, but now they looked uber ridiculous.
So what are they? Are they gay?
I don't know.
They say no, but I think if you put on
Transvestites?
heels, yeah.
Because some guys like it. They said, like Ed Wood explained, he said it makes them feel closer to women. Some guys like it. I don't understand it. I had a pair of panties on one time, and I kind of liked it, but it was because a girl I was dating wanted me to put them on.
I think it's more of a physical than mental thing if you put silky panties on, because your rod rubbing against silky panties kind of feels nice. And I'm not going to say how I know this.
It does, right?
Yeah, sometimes it's
When
funny.
when your turgid erection is poking up and the underpants are separating.
They can, and little panties can never hide your turgid dick from peeking over the top and saying, "Hello, Kilroy was here." I draw little hands, and so my dickhead looks like Kilroy. And looks like a wall in France 42.
And all your Italian pubic hair.
Your bag is hanging out the side. It really, it's you know, it's an obscene sight.
Panties are not meant for gentlemen.
No, that's the beauty of them.
Jesus.
That's the beauty of them.
So
That's
Chaz
funny.
Bono, who got voted off? Was yesterday the voting off day?
Does anyone know? Do we have a homosexual here that knows? Anyone?
The only reason I'm bringing all this up is because we got a clip of something kind of funny. But
Clip.
does anyone care who got voted off? No, that's fine.
No sleeves. No sleeves with the tat and the fucking manhandling that fucking chick. And, keep fucking that chicken.
But then when she walks, it's a big giveaway.
It's such a tell.
And she's trying to walk like a guy.
Can't quite do it. Falls into that little prancy step thing.
Ugh.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'll never understand that.
Hey,
Sorry.
Chaz, you go.
Sorry.
You go, boy, girl.
Sorry, Glad, but that's where I don't really understand.
It's not even Glad anymore.
What
You
is
got to
it?
get the transgender
Isn't
that
that
thing.
part of the Glad?
That's part of
Isn't
Glad.
It's
It's a sub-organization of
Oh,
Glad.
Yeah, but there's a whole thing now where the initials also have transgender. They have a-
LBGT or something.
yeah, I don't even know what it is.
Lesbian, gay, LBGT. It's a bunch of.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh.
I will never join a walkathon for that organization.
No,
Just- I
huh?
don't get it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't
How
understand
many
wanting to-
walkathons you do?
Which one do you for?
Since the BAB days, not many. But fuck, we had to walk every goddamn weekend for a cause. I'm a radio guy. Why am I walking for fucking MDA?
I've never done that. I might want to. I've never done anything for a cause.
Really?
Yeah, like when I was a kid, but
You realize it's a waste of time.
is it really? Like, so maybe
Because one guy does not make a difference. I'm sorry, it just doesn't.
Trick or treat for UNICEF? No?
I did, but we used to keep the money.
Keep the money, yeah.
we were poor.
Kids need stupid little Biafran children back then. It was Biafra. What the fuck is Biafra? I just knew there were starving kids there in Biafra.
God, you know shit that I forgot about.
Yeah,
years
that was
ago.
like, that's why you had to rattle that fucking thing. Trick or treat for UNICEF. It's like, yeah, fuck. I'm a kid, but don't give me candy. Give me 3 pennies for some fucking little fly-headed kid.
I hated. I hated
It's my day, not theirs.
I did hate the clueless houses on Halloween.
Yeah?
Just completely clueless. Dropping a dumb apple in your bag.
That was the worst.
I eat apples every day. It's candy
Funk.
day.
Thunk of an apple in there. Stop. Yeah, it's candy day. I could eat an apple any day of the fucking
Right.
year. I could go in and go, Mommy, I want an apple. And you're going to get an apple, and they'll be happy to give it to you.
It says it on in the fine print. Candy
Yeah.
day, not apple day. Not candy corn day either.
Oh,
fuck the
fuck.
candy corn. Who the fuck enjoys that shit?
You just hear, it sounds like rabbit shit going into your bag. No, it's the Snickers bar, you cheap fuck. I hate candy corn.
Who eats candy corn?
Oh, it's
They're terrible.
It's wax.
I
A
don't
couple
know.
are good though. I could eat like 2 or 3,
No.
but I can't eat
No.
a bunch.
None.
No,
I
no.
love candy corn.
Hate
No one,
candy
no one-
corn.
You love candy?
Oh,
Oh,
Travis. I'm disappointed in you.
We can't be friends now.
Candy corn.
You don't want to go to an Islanders game and have some candy corn with me?
We might see the Canadians this year.
Yeah, let's do
we
it.
might be doing that.
I'll bring the candy corn.
We might. No.
Oh. What if it's in a Capital One box?
Speaking of hockey
Oh,
and
boy.
Halloween, can I bring up one of my favorite things, and it happens every year at the Coliseum? There's a creep there, and I know I've said it before, but it's worth repeating because Halloween's right around
That's
the
what
corner.
people say when Opie shows up.
And so is hockey. This fucking creep, he's one of those Uber fans, and he wears like gold glitter for hair and puts a fucking Islander hat on. He's a big, fat, smelly guy.
Yeah.
And he really wants to be like super fan like every other team has. We really need a real super fan for the Islanders. Right around Halloween, he brings a shitload of candy to the Coliseum.
Yeah.
And he walks around and he gives it to the kids.
That's
and
crazy.
as soon as the guy walks away with his back, you hear the parents go, "Don't eat that. Throw that on the ground. Get rid of that." Not one fucking parent will allow their kid to eat any of the candy from this creep.
Well, they shouldn't.
And he's trying to be like the guy, like, "Look what I did for everyone today."
What a fucking attention whore.
Yeah.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sit and watch the game
Yeah.
and make it about yourself.
God. If you got fucking pictures of this guy handing out
Halloween candy
I'll
guy.
howl.
Dummy. By the way, the Islanders, again, another big Coliseum project coming up.
What happened?
That they're discussing, the Nassau County executives, discussing the Belmont thing again.
Oh,
Where
really?
they want to move the entire complex, actually build a new arena at Belmont, add an Indian casino at Belmont, and then use the area that has the Nassau Coliseum in it already as some kind of research and development office park thing, which would bring in some revenue, make some jobs, and you still get to keep the Islanders on Long Island. How it's getting paid for, I have no clue. I still don't think the taxpayers are going to go
Is
for
it
it.
private shit?
But yeah, if it's privately funded,
Right. Where is
and
it?
Indian funded though, also that might be good if the Indians get involved with that casino thing.
Where you guys at with casinos? It bothers the shit out of me, these casinos popping up.
Yeah, does it?
Fuck yeah, man.
I don't know.
Because you understand
I-
people's gambling habits. And
Yeah.
people are now taking what little they are making and going to these fucking places and losing everything.
Here's what happens.
How is that taking care of society?
It certainly
say-
does get the revenue up for the city and the state.
Yeah, but then where does that money go? I'm suspicious
that's
of that.
just it.
I'm very suspicious
You
of that.
you need politicians and leadership that know how to spend money that's advantageous for the people that
Would you
live
want
in
one of these
in
on
those
Long
communities.
Be honest.
Do I want a casino 10 minutes from my house? Let me think about that.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No.
No.
The difference is it's not the type of casino you like. It's shitty little fucking
Well, no,
casinos.
this wouldn't be the like the one in fucking where is that, Yonkers or something?
There's a
where
few right
a
out-
bunch of old people buy slot machines.
Well, there's a
no
few right
table
outside
games.
Philly, I know.
Yeah. Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
If I could walk into a place and play poker or blackjack, that's a real casino to me.
Okay,
Not
fair
just
enough.
not just electric games and shit like that. And like I said, old people with oxygen tanks
They
and
mostly-
fucking a cup full of pennies.
They mostly go with the slots. Mostly.
Yeah, but if this is a real deal thing, I'm not sure how I feel about that. For me personally.
No, I know you personally love that shit, but
No,
I'm
I
just
don't
saying
know
that
if I love it
for
enough
society
too
as a
much.
whole. Is it good? Because they're popping up everywhere now. The rules went away, I guess.
Should
'Cause
be
now
legal.
it's really easy to get
It
a
should be
casino
legal.
built.
Look,
Booze is what they're gonna take
if you're
away.
dumb enough, and there is, I understand people with addictions and whatnot, but if you, that's like anything else. It's like then stop selling booze, stop selling cigarettes, stop selling everything. It's you got to have the freedom to let people fuck their lives up. You got to allow people the freedom to fuck themselves up. That's what this country is all about.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being babysat by the government. I do think there are a lot of people that have problems and will fucking destroy their lives, but at the cost of maybe helping out with some revenue. Yeah. We got to make some sacrifices. Blood must be shed. I don't know about me though. Like I'm thinking, if I'm sitting around the house and it's fucking, it's a weekend, I'm a little bored.
Let's be honest. It's a Tuesday night.
All right,
Yeah.
it's all
Stop
right.
with this weekend
Fuck the
shit.
weekend shit. You're right.
Yeah, it's Tuesday at midnight.
It's Tuesday the second I leave here.
Right.
And I drive past Belmont. And I take that Cross Island Parkway south instead of waiting a few more exits. I might be in the casino. Now, at this point, casinos are so far away that the last time I was at a casino, I don't even remember when it was.
Yeah, you don't talk about it as much.
I don't.
You must have took a bad hit.
You know what it is?
You must have
Oh, it was
took a
on the
bad
ship.
hit.
On the ship. On the
Okay,
chip.
that was April,
I
right?
did pretty good on a chip. On the chip, I said. What? No, I did pretty good on the chip, but I haven't been to a casino because I usually don't go just to go to a casino. I go because, Jimmy's fucking playing somewhere, or my brother, or there's like an event going on.
Or they call you and say, we got the fucking plane.
That's another reason.
We've had a couple of
That's
those.
kind of cool.
He's never come to see me anywhere but a casino, and most times we know that those seats are not going to be set.
Yes.
They're always empty.
The empty reserved seat.
Two sad empty seats that Jimmy has to look at.
I'm never
sold out except for two right in the fucking middle, 10 rows from the stage.
And I'm never
empty every time.
Kenny will come in and go, I'm not sure Anthony's sleeping. I'm like, it's fine, dude.
Don't
see
worry
him
about
later.
it.
It's okay. I'm not
Don't worry
offended.
about it. Yeah, I know.
I don't blame him. If Anthony was performing somewhere and there was a place where I could smell girls' assholes, I wouldn't be fucking going to his show either.
Yeah. So personally, I don't know if if that would be wise for me to have a casino that close. I think I have enough self-control when I'm not in the casino. Once I'm in there, forget about it.
Yeah.
I'm like Fred Flintstone.
With the crazy eyes?
Yeah. But I
guess as
I
long
don't
as-
have to run to a fucking casino.
I guess as long as they keep them in shitty neighborhoods, I'm fine with it.
Oh yeah. Keep them.
be honest with you.
Let them ruin their souls or lose their souls.
There you
Fuck
go.
it.
Lose.
Let them lose their souls.
Oh, so Dance with the Stars, a funny little thing happened. You want to hear this?
A funny thing happened on
we're
Dancing
heading-
with the
heading
Stars.
Before that, I have a question about casinos. Isn't AC supposed to close a lot of the casinos or no? I heard a bunch of them are going and only 4 are staying.
Wow, really? I never heard
Well,
about that.
He said bad neighborhoods, and AC never built up around, and that's why AC is a dump. And
That's why I'm very suspicious of casinos in general. You got the AC, right? But as soon as you're a block away from these casinos, it is a scary fucking place.
But there's been
so why didn't they pump any money back into that neighborhood?
Because the Atlantic City is a whole different story. You're talking old school casinos and old school thinking. It's so corrupt. And these casinos made such deals with the politicians in Atlantic City. None of the money, all the money was being shipped out of that fucking shithole.
Right.
So you got these giant hotel casinos, and in between each one of them, if I want to take a cab from the marina down to the boardwalk, it's like fucking a Mogadishu. Get in your Humvee and head for the stadium.
Don't ever need gas if you're going to AC. That has happened to us a couple times, and all of a sudden, within a block, 2 blocks, crack, homeless, prostitutes.
That's amazing.
Fucking gangbangers.
Yeah.
Right in the open.
That is blatant corruption.
What Iraq say yourself?
Oh, Iraq?
I'm not fucking going to be your voice.
Yeah.
The voice of Iraq. Why? What do you want to eat?
Every block. Is,
I thought you were ordering. Yes, Iraq? I'm sorry.
That's all right. Every block is buy gold and check cashing now, right next to a gas station.
Yeah.
A gas station and then a check cashing place and probably
And
a lot of
buying
liquor.
gold.
Liquor stores. Oh, buying gold, too.
That's why I'm suspicious of this whole casino
That's
thing.
it. They're selling toofuses?
And it wouldn't even take that much money to build it up a little bit. But they say, fuck that. Fuck the locals.
It is a vulture mentality by the guys that the Indians I don't mind as much because let's be honest, they kind of got a bunch of shit. So if they would open some casinos, they don't seem to be as bad. Maybe the Indian casinos are a little different. I don't know.
They usually put the Indian casinos way in the sticks,
right?
Like it's at least in Connecticut. So you're not looking at an area that's becoming impoverished. You're looking at, woods. So I don't know about that either. I don't know how Indian casinos and neighborhoods work and if they take care. Because I think, isn't it reservation property that they're on? So you're not really, they have a certain kind of pride and commitment to their people, more so than these casinos do to the neighborhoods that they pop up in when owned by the whitey.
Yeah, I like going to a casino feeling like I'm in Vegas. Then I'm like, okay, I'm all right with this.
Yeah,
but I'm talking about these shitty ones that are in almost like a strip mall mentality. A old warehouse. And
right.
Like, this isn't fucking Vegas.
No, you go to the Borgata
This is just sad.
in Atlantic City, you feel good. You feel like that. That to me feels
feel like
a
you're
Vegas,
away, right?
Casino.
You feel like you're on vacation.
Yeah.
All right, Dance with the Stars. This is what happened last night. Let's get into this.
Come on over here, Princess Nancy. What a gift to be able to share that footage forever with you.
Who's Princess Nancy? Don't say that's Nancy Grace.
Nancy.
Why are they calling her a princess?
Way.
Who fucking got this clip? Sam!
Princess Nancy?
They're calling this slob a princess?
Is Kerrigan ugly now?
Chaz is more of a princess.
Princess Nancy, is she ugly now? Nancy,
I think
Nancy Grace. I'm sorry. I said
Grace.
Kerrigan.
Did I say Kerrigan?
Didn't he say Kerrigan?
I don't think so.
Oh, I heard
didn't hear
Kerrigan. I'm sorry,
I
my
heard
fault.
Grace.
I heard Kerrigan. I don't know why I'm thinking Nancy Kerrigan.
I think they're calling Nancy Grace a princess here.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Your twins? Do you think you did them proud tonight? I hope so. I saw them several times during the dance, and they were smiling so big. Well, let's see if the judges can give us something to smile about after this very emotional night. Scores, please.
No one?
Who was crying?
Was Nancy
one?
Grace getting a little choked up?
No one?
What?
You saw? Okay, good.
Play it again?
What I missed?
So far, it's me and Travis.
What'd I miss?
I gotta play it again.
Play it again,
twins?
Sam.
Just listen
All right.
closely.
Okay.
Real closely.
Okay.
Come on over here, Princess Nancy. What a gift to be able to share that footage forever with your twins. Do you think you did them proud tonight? I hope so. I saw them several times during the dance, and they were smiling so big. Well, let's see if the judges can give us something to smile about after this very emotional night. Scores, please.
I heard it.
I heard it again.
What the fuck are you hearing?
Something from the background, I'm guessing one of the guys.
I heard it again.
Is it in the background?
That's your radio tease. We'll be back after this. And I'm going to tell you what that is. No, I just want to do that to drive you nuts. We don't need radio teases like Jimmy said the other day. Do you want to know now or after the break?
Now I need to know because it's going to drive me nuts.
One more time.
All right. I don't know what I'm listening. Am I listening peripheral or direct? Do I need rods or cones? What am I looking at?
I already got a rod, so just get the cones.
Okay.
I think it's extremely obvious.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
Obviously, I played it twice and you didn't get it. So try to listen differently.
I'm going to let me.
Is what I would suggest.
Let me really listen.
Don't listen the same exact way.
Okay.
Listen differently, whatever that means to you.
Come on over here, Princess Nancy. What a gift to be able to share that footage forever with your twins. Do you think you did them proud tonight? I hope so. I saw them several times during the dance, and they were smiling so big. Well, let's see if the judges can give us something to smile about after this very emotional night. Scores, please.
All right. I thought I heard "aw," but did she fart?
Yes.
Did Nancy Grace?
It sounds like that slob farted.
It sounded like
while
someone
they were interviewing her.
went like "aw."
That's a guy's voice. I thought going,
I thought it was an "aw."
That's a fucking sloppy fart. Ugh. That's what they're saying today. Listen.
Come on over here, Princess Nancy. What a gift to be able to share that footage forever with your twins. Do you think you did them proud tonight? I hope so. I saw them several times during the dance, and they were smiling so big. Well, let's see if the judges can give us something to smile about after this very emotional night. Scores, please.
Wait, can we see it? Because let me see if there's any.
We're investigating the mystery fart. It says.
Yeah, she is fucking repulsive.
She's
She is
disgusting.
horrid.
Nancy Grace, you're fucking
Her
disgusting.
tit hanging out.
You're a
She's
slob.
farting.
Why are they calling you a princess? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh.
Is there a video of it, Travis?
I can try.
Yeah, let's find the video because I want to see. It sounded like there was a guy. I thought that was a guy's voice. I did hear that. But
I
there
thought
was
somebody saying "oh," because he's talking about the twins. Like, "oh."
Nancy says, as an ear witness to the scene, I can absolutely exonerate Tristan, myself, and Brooke. However, the rest of the cast, seated just inches away, all remain under grave suspicion.
How about she admits something? Her stupid, sloppy,
No nip
gravy-stained
slip, no fart.
nipple popped out on TV, and now she's farting.
Now she's blasting fucking gas.
I'm going to be forced to like this woman.
Imagine what a Nancy Grace fart smells like.
Oh, God.
Damn it.
Probably a toddler corpse that she's been sitting on fucking to get better ratings. We got it, Jim. All right.
Enjoy your breakfast, people, as you imagine Nancy Grace's fart and what that would smell like. I'm surprised you didn't. Oh boy, I fucked up.
Oh,
It's restart. We didn't even hear it.
I was going to say, I'm surprised Anthony didn't answer the fart. Like
Yes.
he's been known to do.
I have been known.
Do we have that, E-Rock?
Talk back to the fart. I am the fart whisperer.
Very surprised you didn't say what?
I can't believe that was a memorable moment here on the Opie and Anthony show.
An amazing moment.
What happened?
I'm going to try and find that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the clip of the fart. Yeah, that Jimmy farted and I answered.
That was one of the greater moments.
That was so fucking stupid. I felt like such a buffoon.
Did someone say Toot Mom here, or is this a Kevin from Connecticut?
Toot
original?
Mom's good.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you, Kevin. Ha ha ha. Toot Mom.
Yeah.
I thought maybe someone else said it on the show, and I wasn't
Yeah.
listening.
Even Fart Mom is good.
Fart Mom. She's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're calling her a princess? Stop already. It's nonsense.
Well, what happened there?
What?
Oh, I'm just saying what Travis is pulling up on the video playing machine. And there's some dancing going on. Who can fucking watch this? I mean, we watch clips during the show because, people watch this show. And we want to see if Chaz Bono...
you don't have to explain. We watch to goof on it. Simple as that.
Yeah.
There's a lot to goof on. But my question is, why are people watching this legit? Like
to sit there and
like
watch
it's pure entertainment for them.
all that dumb, bad dancing.
It really is silly.
Was Chubby Checker on last night? I saw someone tweeting.
Come on, baby.
I think he was doing the twist.
Was he?
Let's do that twist. Of course he is.
And they were making fun of what he was wearing, I guess. If we have that clip, I'd like to see it. I want to see how bad his hair is these days.
Oh, God. His hair is going to look exactly like it did when we saw him.
Sure.
Why would it change?
How about
It's
you-
polyester?
How about you sing a new song?
Yeah.
How about you stop it already?
You just can't figure it out.
He did.
I know.
Let's twist again like,
I like
we
that
did
one.
last summer.
That was
Enough with your twisting.
That was a year later. Let's do this like we did 2 years ago.
Is he the ultimate one-hit wonder, you think?
Oh, God, does he love that twisting?
I think he's got to be the ultimate one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Wrote one of the biggest hits in rock history.
Yep.
That's a massive song.
I just couldn't figure it out after that.
Number 2 was a big one. Twist Again was a big song, too.
It was the same
Again.
song, though.
Yeah, you're
like
right.
we did last summer.
Yeah.
Me and Ann have
Jesus.
talked about that over the years. A lot of the one-hit wonders will get a second hit out there, but it's like it sounds a lot like the first hit, and it's just twisted a little bit.
Yeah.
That's like Kiss singing a song called We're Gonna Rock and Roll in the Afternoon and Midday as well.
Yes, yes. How do you feel about Gene Simmons getting married?
I'm fine with it. I mean, I actually watched 5 minutes of Family Jewels last night, and it was better than I had seen it.
It wasn't a work.
He's a reality show hack. He did it for his stupid reality show.
I think they're legitimately married, though.
Yeah.
I'm sure, but he mostly did it for the publicity for this stupid show.
I also think she was going to dump him. Like, after a while, you get tired of that. I think it's embarrassing for Shannon Tweed. For him to still
Really?
be, yeah, because I think there were pictures of him with a chick leaving, and they made it into the show. But I think she was like, enough with this fucking shit. They have grown kids, and he's just fucking
I'm
other
still
girls.
going to do whatever I want.
So he decides to marry an old broad.
Go out and do.
That's dumb.
Yeah, he just,
It doesn't make sense. If he's all about, getting his dick wet and being with young girls, and then all of a sudden he decides to marry an old broad,
Well, that's his chick.
It goes against everything he believes, right?
What about that porno that we saw him doing?
Fucking like a lion.
Fucking
remember
like
that?
the lion with his underslung flat ass. And his haunches.
We gotta shut up. We're upsetting Jimmy. We're upsetting Jimmy.
No, I don't mind.
Sorry,
I do
Jimmy.
love
Sorry,
Gene, but I
Jimmy.
also love Anthony, and I understand.
It's Jocktober.
This is awesome.
A celebration of craptastic radio from around this great nation of ours.
Great. Thank you.
So turn up this turntacular radio.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
It's
Yes.
Jocktober.
Wow, who saw this coming?
Well,
Jocktober?
Jocktober.
This early in the show? This is crazy.
This, you know what? A lot of people are going to be like, well, I didn't know this was going on now.
Right. Usually we do Jocktober as filler to get us to 10 o'clock.
Of course.
Must mean we have a lot to do today. Wow. I know we have Duff McKagan coming in.
Duff McKagan.
Jimmy's raving about his new book.
Mr. Finance guy.
I couldn't get all the way through because it's long. It's a real biography. I'm on like page 270. I fucking love this book, man.
It's a real biography?
It's a real
What does that
biography.
mean?
Meaning sometimes
Aren't most biographies real?
some people will write a shorter, like a book. Minimum book length is 225, 240 in that area.
Okay.
So a lot of people.
How do you know?
Because believe me, I came in at 241.
Oh, that's right. Best-selling
That's right.
author Jim Norton. That's right.
But this is a small font, real 370-page biography. But it's fucking unbelievably
Pictures?
interesting.
Pictures?
Yes,
Do they count the pictures as pages? Some books don't.
they do.
I like the little pictures in there. Duff was a very tussleable
Yeah.
little kid. I wouldn't be surprised if he was touched as a child.
Ask him that.
Anything
Ask him that.
anything worse, like in this book, the pictures start on page 211.
Yeah.
So you're in a book, you're reading a book, and then you get this whole bunch of pictures. This is like 20 pages of pictures. And then right past the pictures, it's page 211. You're like, fuck! Isn't that the worst?
Yeah. When you don't pick up any pages, you mean?
No, it's so frustrating.
I didn't pick up one page.
It's exciting when all of a sudden it's 20 pages of pictures and now you're in the 230s.
Yeah.
It's like I'm getting through this damn thing.
This book is actually, I actually looked forward to reading this when I would wake up, like in the afternoon if I would nap.
Yeah.
The last biography I liked this much was Ozzy. Honestly, I'm not just saying I love Ozzy. I never enjoy them this much.
I can't wait to read this one.
Yeah, this is great.
I just got my copy half hour before the interview, so it's going to be tough to read and do a radio show.
Well,
I'm going to try, though.
I'm doing it. I'm finishing up this chapter, and I have a really good question I'm going to say to him. So, the music, just, what do you think? Go ahead.
And go.
Go.
And go.
And go. So Duff is going to be here in about a half hour. Jocktober.
Jocktober.
Looks like we're taking a look at someone we featured last year.
Yeah, I thought it was time for a Jocktober classic.
A Jocktober classic.
We've had a couple new shows, and I wanted to remind everybody that, we don't forget the oldies.
No.
Yeah. Well, should we tell the people or just play the first clip? What do we do here?
Let's tell the people.
Well, it's
Yeah,
a New
should
York
we?
fucking show.
It's a New York show.
Might be the guy that took over for us.
Ah,
When
boy.
they changed formats at 92 Tree K-Rock.
Now, you know what's odd about this? We've discussed him and played some of his stuff and done this in the month that was not Jocktober.
No.
That's right.
He's been a popular bit of fodder for this program.
Jim and I interviewed him.
He was actually on, yes.
He's
Very
on
nice
after-
guy.
in this studio.
And as I remember, because I was listening, it was during the shit show, was it?
We call it after show, but whatever.
Oh, well, the shit show, whatever. But I remember a call coming through, and I was embarrassed about that.
Sometimes we get prank callers,
Yeah.
and this one asked something about his wife's vaginal odor.
It was
it's
terrible.
yeah.
Prank caller.
Yeah, I had to get him off.
But it's good old Nick Cannon. We're just very jealous that he
Nick
took our spot in New York
Cannon.
radio. That's obvious to everyone,
Nick's
right?
got a great career going for himself, man. And I ain't even fronting, as they say. I'm not even fronting.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he's got a great career going for himself.
He's good on TV, sucks on the radio, period.
Wow.
You like him on
Period.
TV?
I do like him on TV. I watch America's Got Talent. He does a good job with that shit.
How are his
but
what
his
they
radio
call,
sucks.
ratings? What they call the ratings in the terrestrial world?
He needs to work harder. Someone was telling me the other night.
Oh boy.
Someone in the know said that Nick Cannon needs to work a little harder at his radio show.
Really? I didn't hear about that. Oh boy.
Someone in the know?
Oh, yeah, someone in the know.
Someone in the know.
But he loves doing radio, but he needs to work harder at it.
Oh. E-Rock said that?
No, I didn't get this info from
He's
E-Rock.
in the radio no.
E-Rock,
Sure he is.
E-Rock gets all the radio gossip. But
He's got his snout in everything
yes.
radio.
He's even got Oscar Schindler bring him a tin of sardines. He's going to let a Jew walk unaccosted for a tin of sardines from Oscar Schindler.
Let's ask E-Rock.
I love E-Rock's Nazi hairdo.
Amon Gert.
Fantastic.
Could you
Little
grow a
lazy
mustache
Hitler
for
wave.
us?
Oh, God.
Could you grow the Hitler just one day for us?
Wonderful.
All right, I'll do it once.
That'd be hilarious. Hey, E-Rock, what's out there in the radio world right now? What's some of the gossip that you haven't told me lately?
Yeah. Ooh.
You got one?
There's nothing going on.
Oh.
Eric, come on. Give us some
E-Rock.
gossip.
There isn't. Otherwise, I would have told you already. There's
Really?
fucking nothing happening.
I hate that.
I don't a little
believe
bit.
that.
I don't believe it either.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Was there a big problem at one of the stations where the Wiener Schnitzel tipped over and fell off the table? Boo.
Is it that bad?
It is that bad.
I took my hat off.
I know you did, but the way it just kind of it goes out and hangs in front of you, it looks like you're a fucking German and you've been sitting in the tank for a couple hours, like just trying to morale the troops, and you're sweaty and hot, and now you just want to shoot Jewish people off your balcony. You look Amon Gertish.
I like how he just woke up and decided he wanted to do that.
Yeah.
God, what a creep.
Yeah.
Didn't he have some buxom German chick in bed, too?
I want to say her name. No, her name was Helen, I think. It was his housekeeper.
Oh, right.
And he wanted to fuck her.
Yeah.
And he hated himself, and he would beat her because he wanted to fuck her.
Right.
But he wouldn't. He said to her, if we get overtaken, I'll kill you. He goes, I wouldn't put you through that.
That was the one that was in bed with him when he woke up and started shooting off the balcony, though?
No, I don't
think it
believe she was in bed with him. No,
Yeah,
he would
yeah.
not fuck her.
Yeah.
There was-
But there was the girl that was in bed with him, and he gets up and just, he's like, he goes out to the balcony and just starts shooting people. And the chick is in bed just kind of looking like, oh, yeah, well, that's him.
You think that got her wet?
Yeah, probably. All those crazy Nazis. Sure, why not?
So no radio gossip from E-Rock. That's too bad.
Oh, E-Rock.
Come on, Eric. How about a little gossip?
Nothing?
I'll look around, but there's been nothing going on.
Sniff around. See what you can find out.
Yes, if you give us some information, we'll give you a tin of sardines from Oscar Schindler's private collection that you can eat with your bare fingers.
E-Rock's got the strangest hair. I'm jealous. Sure, I'm losing.
I like to part it with a bullet.
But if you didn't know any better, you would think he had some kind of hair treatment.
Yeah.
You think?
That's what's so bizarre about his hair.
He's got a nice, young, full head of hair.
Maybe there's just too much hair up
Head
there.
of German hair.
Yeah.
Maybe you got to thin it out a little bit.
Yeah?
I don't know.
What is waste? All right,
What?
Forget it.
What?
It's just another horrid, useless fat joke.
Well, you know what it is about that hair? You know that there's nothing under it. That's why it's such a firm head of hair, because the roots can really go in there deep.
Nice deep roots, right to the neck.
Yeah, that's why the inner part of his mouth always itches, because his hair roots are tickling the upper palate. There's no brains. He's dumb.
Jesus.
But we love you.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, don't take it
You got to
the
finish
wrong
that
way.
shit with that.
Don't take it the wrong way.
So everyone feels good about themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rolling with Nick Cannon is today's Jocktober.
That's right.
Nice.
Here in New York City. He's married to Mariah Carey. And
What? When did that happen?
And
a while ago.
And he has a lot of jobs, and he doesn't sleep, and he brags about that, blah, blah, blah. Here's a taste of Nick and Sarah Lee being topical. Who's Sarah Lee?
Sarah Lee is Southern.
E-Rock?
Oh.
Sorry.
Southern Sarah Lee is Nick's girl that they stuck him with.
Oh, he's got a hole now?
Oh, yeah.
Is it a hole, or is it a broad that kind of knows what she's doing in there? Is she thrown in there just to be a hole? To be the yield sign?
I would put her in the whole category. Some for the ladies to...
Fuck, what are they doing?
Well,
Why, radio? Why?
You said he needed, somebody said he needed a little help, and what better than to really go off page, think about it, be creative, and throw a hole in.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, they
Every
stop the guys
fucking time.
when you're going too far. You need someone to kind of step in there and go, "Oh, did he
Rein
not
it
have a hole
back.
before?"
Rein it
Not in the
back.
very beginning.
That's important, though.
Is that her?
That's her.
It's kind of cute.
A white chick?
Yes.
Well, that's
That's
weird.
good.
She's like...
Wanna expand the
Interracial
demo?
radio. What are they gonna do next? Get married? Oh, those white people and black people.
All right, here we go. We get to hear the chemistry.
Yes.
No. I have to say, I mean, I know someone lost their life in this situation, and it's quite unfortunate.
Serious. What's this serious conversation they're having?
Well, they're talking about a broad named Amanda Knox.
Yes.
Oh.
That broad is guilty.
No,
man.
she's not.
That broad
She's
is
home.
guilty.
Thank God.
Guilty.
Thank God this girl is home from this corrupt Italian court system.
She's guilty of something.
No,
or they never would have picked her up.
She's so innocent.
I really did think she got kind of fucked over there.
We're going to go back to our show for a second because we got great audio of Amanda Knox coming home.
Yes, what an emotional time for her after 4 years
And
in an Italian prison.
I'm going to tell you ahead of time. I hope you're thinking today. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, boy.
Ann knows what I'm talking about,
Bet
right?
on that. Of course.
You do, right?
Yes,
right.
yes.
E-Rock, I hope you're thinking
Right.
today.
Your fingertips smelling of sardines.
We're going to see how good E-Rock is today. Here's
Tin of sardines.
Here's Amanda Knox, because we're back to our show, and then we'll get back to the Nick Cannon thing in a second. But here she is coming home to Seattle.
Seattle.
They're reminding me to speak in English because I'm having problems with that. I'm really overwhelmed right now. I was looking down from the airplane, and it seemed like everything wasn't real. What's important for me to say is just thank you to everyone who's believed in me, who's defended me, who's supported my family. I just want, my family's the most important thing to me right now, and I just want to go and be with them. So, thank you for being there for me.
And E-Rock, go.
Some 18 years ago, I left Dayton, Ohio, with 2 very bad knees, and a dream to become a Major League Baseball player. I thank God this dream came true.
Yeah.
Kids, you just experienced radio magic.
It's magic right there.
I didn't fucking give E-Rock a note.
No.
But there you have it.
That's perfect.
We're running on all cylinders today, my friends.
It's fucking hilarious.
So she's home in Seattle. Good for her.
She's home. Yeah, that whole thing. What a debacle. If you did any research on the prosecutor over there in Italy, he's been arrested before. He's been charged with corruption, and he kept his job.
Just scumbag.
And once he gets on something, he doesn't let it go, no matter what the evidence shows or doesn't show. And they actually don't have the double jeopardy rule that we have here, so they could just file new charges, even though she's been acquitted. They could just again say, "Well, we're going to try you again."
Oh,
so they got her the fuck out of there, lickety split, as they say. Isn't that odd? They just got no fucking... They could keep fucking charging you and trying you.
Let's get the fucking mob over there.
Oh, yeah,
They need to put like eight times through before they get a conviction.
Yeah,
The jury keeps dying. What happened to the jury? Oh, they blew up. Oh, all right, start over.
Monday, Sunday, Wednesday, Friday.
Monday, Sunday.
Innocent, guilty, I don't know, manslaughter, murder.
You don't think she's going to go back to Italy anytime soon?
I really don't see her taking any tours of Italy or, you know.
Now with that company, the Perillo?
Oh, Perillo.
Is that local or is that...
No, I think Perillo's pretty national.
Is it?
Yeah.
I guess the old man died and now the son is doing the Perillo tours.
Yeah, I don't see her calling up Perillo anytime soon. I don't see her even going to the Olive Garden at this point in her life. She's probably wants nothing to do with Italy.
Yeah, the Perillos are obsessed with Italy.
Oh, boy, do they
Making
love
sure
Italy.
You get there. Here's
Mario
Perillo. Mr. Italy, he's called.
Oh, this is from like
Mario
12
Perillo
years
here,
ago.
taking you to Italy with Domino's new Italian Originals Chicken Grill Pizza. Travel with me, Mr. Italy, through slice after slice of tender chicken marinated in a medley of Italian spices.
But Amanda Knox hears this commercial and just fucking... Her vagina hurts from those fucking broom handles.
No pasta for her anytime soon.
No.
Let's get into Nick Cannon, and
do we have to?
I'm getting word there's a big problem with Nick Cannon and maybe another radio station in New York.
A fight?
And they might have a
fight.
Oh.
Because, I get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. What is there a radio battle going on?
I hear there's a diss song, they're calling it.
Yeah, he shouted out Charlamagne the God from Power 105.
Who?
He's
Charlamagne was on Wendy Williams.
Yes.
Oh, and I wouldn't fuck with that station.
He's part of the Breakfast Club with Angela Yee, who used to do Shade 45 before she left.
But I wouldn't fuck with that station.
Sirius XM lost another person?
A while back. Sway replaced her.
Oh, that's who Sway replaced?
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Why did she leave?
Sirius XM replaced somebody?
Well, they always replace you with someone that makes less money.
It's crazy.
I don't think Sway makes less money.
Sway's the shit. He's got to
money.
make... No way.
Sway's not making Sway money here.
You don't think so?
Nope, because Opie and Anthony don't make Opie and Anthony money here.
Well, that's true.
No one makes their money here.
Well.
Unless you get to go on vacation a lot.
Even he didn't make the same money he was making. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, that's why, hence the lawsuit.
Really? Let's cry about that.
I do every night.
You got the diss song?
Yes.
No, he's got that song.
You understand that this is a disrespect.
Oh, okay, Chip. I'm sorry.
In the hood.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Rolling with Nick Cannon is today's Jocktober. Taste of Nick and Sarah Lee being topical, talking about Amanda Knox. Nick doesn't sneeze.
No. I have to say, I know someone lost their life in this situation, and it's quite unfortunate. But if I was in this situation and it was me and my wife and someone mysteriously showed up dead, I'm keeping my mouth shut.
But that's your wife.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know about the whole snitching thing. Don't be a snitch. But
I
come
can't
on.
snitch. I don't know. I ain't see nothing. Police.
But you at least would cry.
Nothing.
You would cry with Mariah. Y'all would have
I'd be
this whole
crying
act
because I'd be
together.
thinking like I could possibly go to jail.
But this girl didn't even cry.
I mean, it's sad, but you don't know how good of roommates they actually were. She probably was messy or something like that. Roommates do things that push you to that limit sometimes. You know, you had a crazy roommate.
I did, but
And if she would have mysteriously showed up then, I would have your back, Sarah Lee. I wouldn't. Hey, I don't know what happened. Sarah Lee just came into work one day, said her roommate was missing.
Rolling with Nick Cannon.
I don't think it's that bad.
I'm going to say this about Nick Cannon.
I don't think it's that bad.
It was conversation
Yeah.
about
his conversationally, and that's why I wanted to include this clip because I thought it only fair that we highlight him conversationally.
Yes,
he's improved. However, he is still doing
Fugitive
some bits.
Oh, some bits.
Wait, you thought that was a bad segment, didn't you?
What, the one that just played just now?
Yeah,
it was blah.
Really? You ever listen from 10 to 11?
Well, I'm not.
Exactly.
You called that blah?
Not yesterday.
Oh, whoa! Well, that's for sure. I will give you that. It's one of the few times I was a little bummed that Ron and Fez had to come on.
Why do they have to come on? Let it just fucking roll.
That's what I was thinking too. But
who stopped that shit?
Because I was driving home going like,
Fuck that.
wow.
Let that shit roll.
I would not stop this shit.
What was happening?
The big, huge fight between Mars and Danny, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Mars and Danny got in a big fight.
Oh,
I didn't hear any of that.
Holy mackerel, was it a fucking... It was... Well, I can't think of the last real verbal fight, because it wasn't physical, that went on that was that fucking real and that harsh.
Yeah.
Who started it?
They were... I'm going to say...
It was very, very... From what I listened to, here's what I got from it. There was a lot of tension going on right from the beginning.
Right, that's... Yes.
And it took one thing to just like light it up, and it went.
Do you
nuclear.
have the clip that lit it up?
Why wouldn't we?
We got a lot of it.
Of course.
Oh, let's hear a moment of it.
They were both in studio, and I was trying to talk about the first day at XM. Like, it was honestly just talking about the
because it was our
7-year
anniversary at
And-
XM.
But they were kind of being very sort of quick and passive aggressive with each other, and I was like, that's weird because I didn't know that they would be that way.
Yes.
And then Mars kind of made references to him not liking certain people, but he wouldn't admit to who it was. And then Danny said he's talking about me, and then things just went from there.
Yeah, and things went. And then once it went over the falls, there was no coming back, and it turned so ugly so fast. Is what happened.
Yeah, that's why it had to be addressed at that time, because it was right there.
It was right there.
Like you said, you were listening and heard the tension.
Yeah, you heard the tension, and then once it snapped, it snapped.
Yeah.
We could try to play it after Duff.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to it. It's going to take a while.
Okay, I definitely want to hear it.
We played one little clip, but we're going to continue. I'm telling you right the fuck now, so we'll play it.
Yeah, I
We
want
just
to hear
got to
it.
find a spot.
Okay.
Because Duff's coming in a few minutes. There's no way we could squeeze it in before that. There's no way.
I had no idea about that.
Oh, it was crazy.
Craig.
I got a lot of feedback on the after show yesterday.
There wasn't even.
So you should have a fight every day from 10 to 11.
I would love
You
to have a
probably
fight every
could
day.
too. Believe me.
Yeah.
Everyone hates each other around here. You could.
By the way, I don't hate anyone.
No?
You speak for you. Yeah, I'm good with everybody.
Really?
Yeah, I'm good with everybody.
All right. Why don't you go to the corner office down there and shake some hands?
Well, yeah, we could bring those people in.
Oh, that's what I mean.
I wasn't sure who you were talking about.
Oh,
That's why I
please!
jumped in.
This is a big building with a lot of people to hate in it.
Oh yeah, I'd take out that whole corner. You're right, but unfortunately, those people don't come on the radio.
Well, that's true.
Nick gives out a phone number, but it's not the number to the studio.
Yeah. If you want to communicate with
What?
Nick.
Is this the phone he carries around that he barely answers?
He doesn't answer. There's no phone. It's an
All right.
electronic message system.
Rolling with Nick Cannon. Here we go.
New York's new 92.3 now, rolling with Nick Cannon. That was Lady Gaga riding on disco sticks with Love Game. 212-524-2998. Is that the number to the station? Nope. That is the number to my house. You can call me anytime. I might answer. My wife might answer. My kids might answer. They're moving around now. But if not, just leave a message. As a matter of fact, I should check my messages right now.
And he checks his messages.
Yeah.
From the house.
From his house phone.
That's his actual house phone? That's crazy.
Yeah, he gave the number out and everything. That's his house phone.
Wouldn't that just be like an FU line that we have?
Yeah, it's not a phone. It's not.
Couldn't we just say, hey, this is my my number, so if you have a grievance, just call me?
The FU line is not attached to a physical phone.
Well, neither is this.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I got to tell you something here.
What?
I'm not really finding this Jocktober-ish.
No.
Even saying
even saying
I think you are obsessed with Nick Cannon.
A personal vendetta. Thank you, Opie. I was just getting into that.
Yes.
I think he has a personal vendetta against Nick Cannon and thinks that Nick Cannon should be included in Jocktober when there really isn't a reason. What he's doing is format appropriate, first of all.
Don't criticize him.
You can
He's not
criticize.
smiling.
Mommy loves you.
He's not smiling.
Mother loves you.
He doesn't understand this emotion that you're throwing at him.
And yes, it's called criticism. Wow. Never heard this before.
Now he's trying to smile.
You're a good boy.
Are you
You're
smiling?
A good
Is that a real
boy.
smile? Or
I hear
Mother
criticism
loves you. You're a
every
good
day
boy.
on this show. I'm used to it.
But I got to say something.
Yeah?
I'm not feeling that this qualifies with all the jocks out there that are pulling shenanigans. This isn't really Jocktober. I think Nick Cannon is doing his job. It's format appropriate. It's the quick, hit things. He's talking it up. I'm not feeling it, Sam.
What about pretending that there's a phone in his house that you can call?
You know what?
Well, why don't we listen to the voicemails?
Okay, we'll listen to the voicemails, but let me tell you something. He is Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
He is married to Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
So to say that he's got a phone in his house that you can call isn't something that's like this hacky bit, because no one could really do it unless you're him. Or you're a celebrity, or you have a wife that is a multi-platinum selling a singer. I think you got a problem with Nick Cannon.
I mean, I don't like Nick Cannon.
Why? He was cool when he came in.
No, I like as a human. I don't have any problem with him, but I don't like his work.
Oh, you don't like his radio work?
No.
So I think somebody thinks they could do a better job than Nick Cannon.
I think so.
I mean, I don't think I could draw the. I don't have the star power that Nick Cannon does.
Well.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's an overly talented person.
Why don't you put a phone in your house for the shit hour, and maybe Jess could answer sometime.
Yeah, maybe somebody will call.
Yeah, someone will call.
Think he's jealous of Nick Cannon?
Sam Roberts. He's so obsessed. Let me tell you something. Sam is obsessed with Nick Cannon.
I am.
There's no reason for this man.
And then you had him on the show and you kissed his ass.
No, I didn't kiss his ass.
No, Sam was okay.
No,
I was the groveling fag. Sam was actually.
Oh, I got confused.
Yes, no, I admit that I'm a worm.
Actually, Sam was brave enough to ask some tough questions.
He does. He's good at that.
I was wrong, Sam. You're right. I forgot about that.
I'm weaselly unless I'm angry. Like when I get angry, I get very mean. But I can't just attack people. I envy the fucking fact that he did it.
It's very difficult to do unless you're driving home and you're on the phone. Then it's easy.
Yeah.
You want to listen to the voicemails from his home phone?
Who wouldn't?
Hi, Nick Cannon. This is Celine, and I'm with my mom and my sister, and we're going to school.
Wow.
I listen to you every single day on the radio. You guys are awesome. Have a great day. Bye.
So again, I forgot to mention, Mariah, if you have any shoes that you don't want anymore or actual clothes, you can send them my way. I could always use more shoes and clothes, especially, your style. I love your style. We're the same.
I'll let her know.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Nicholas Cannon. I have just called your home phone, and you did not pick up, or did you put me on the radio, so now you made me sad.
Oh.
Thanks.
This is an FU line.
I'm sorry, Sam, for everything I just said.
Is this bad? Why is it bad?
No,
they're all they're not compelling calls.
Yeah, they're not very compelling.
And he does this every day.
They're not really great.
Every day.
It's smart because it will get people to listen to hear if they make the radio because they hear regular people getting put on. I understand why they're doing it, but it's like,
We do it with the FU line.
Yeah.
At least there's a purpose to it.
But can you
What's the purpose here?
Yeah, what's the purpose?
Yeah, it's
just a station voicemail.
Yeah.
Right, and you couldn't just figure out a way to do, like, we didn't say the FU line is Opie's cell phone.
Right.
We said it's the FU line. You call up and we play your calls.
I mean, if anyone really does care, how this bit would really work is if he actually answered the phone and then recorded those calls.
The calls with, you're
and
right,
then played
right.
them back on a show.
Not
That's
just a
how this bit would
voicemail.
actually work, because this is just a voicemail.
Even when
but
I
if all of a sudden one of these people calls and all of a sudden, hello, and it's Nick Cannon, then you're going to get a person like, wait, you really answered this phone? Oh my God. And then they'll be stammering and sounding like idiots, and then you put a few of those on the air.
Yeah.
He insisted it was a real phone even when I asked him face to face, but he was lying.
He did insist it was a real
That's
phone.
a fake phone, or he would be answering it.
Yeah.
Of course. Why would, if you're never going to answer it,
Like,
why
we
would you
can't
make it a
answer
real
the
phone?
FU line, basically,
It's
right?
impossible. It's not hooked up to a real phone.
Okay, so that's what it is.
You think it's not hooked up to a real phone? The FU line?
No. It's
What
not
is
like
it?
It's a computer.
What? The phone number goes to a computer?
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a real phone.
No, there's no phone. Nobody will ever answer it.
But that's how the
Oh.
bit would work, and then it would probably be a little compelling for everybody. But instead, you just give voicemail.
Hello? Hello? I'm looking for Sarah Lee. It's Enrique. I'm sorry it took so long to call
Sarah
you
be
back.
there.
Enrique!
Call me please.
Yeah, you're right. I wish it was.
Hi, it's Claire again and Sarah Lee.
Oh, here we
You should
go.
change your name. You should have
should
no
stop
name, 'cause
calling.
you're just a disgrace to all the people that have Sarah as a name. So, yeah.
Claire,
told you.
You need to call again and leave your phone number so I can call and tell your mother how disrespectful you are to your elders.
Wow, you gonna talk to her mama, not even her.
Get her a whooping. Get her a grounded and a whooping.
Oh,
she's
Claire,
good, this
you
girl.
heard it. Hit us up.
Yeah, wow.
There's a black phone in Nick Cannon's kitchen, and if you call 212-524-2998, it will ring. Nick Cannon's home phone.
I hate that
on
sound.
New York's new 92.3 Now.
Fucking hate that fucking button sound. Regular radio
Toe tap and touch tones.
is so bad.
Remember that? It's toe tap and touch tones, which means it's time to call in. You could win a shut up.
I don't even like in our opening. It sounds like a little. It's not as bad as that.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it's going like a little bit
Going
like
that way.
Yeah, a little bit like. You know, hey, who are open at it?
Turn off the damn radio.
Yeah,
Oh,
be dang open ended. Don't listen to dang open ended.
Well, that's stupid. That's just voicemails. That's not.
And it goes to an email box. Like it's
Yeah, it's
that's
stupid.
what happens. You call up, you leave the voicemail.
The
and then
bit
it
would
just
be
empties
to
into an
actually
email.
answer the phone off hours a few times, get a few calls together, string them together.
Get
play them on the
Mariah to
morning
do
show.
something. She's your wife.
Yeah.
Maybe they have.
I've listened to a couple. I've never heard any live.
By the way, you just heard Sam go, I've listened a couple of times. Every day. Every day,
Fuck
Sam
this guy.
is obsessed.
'Cause you can kind of turn into a little bit of a reality thing too. Also, what is? Oh, hi. He's answering his phone at his house, and what's going on at the house right now that he can play with a little bit. But instead, you're just leaving a voicemail for a radio station, and they're making believe it's his phone.
Call it what it is.
Dumb.
I don't hate Nick Cannon because to me he's not. He's doing a top. He's not edgy like he's not supposed to be. He's the guy who's on whatever that show is that he does, like America's Got Talent. The guys that drive me nuts are the guys with the fake edge. Those are the guys that really like. I don't think this is great radio at all.
Right.
But he doesn't bug me. The guys that bug me have
Like
fake
at the rock
edge.
stations.
That fucking phony edge where they're just like that guy yesterday. I know he's in hell, but they can't give any real opinions.
Yeah.
and
Right.
That shit drives me nuts.
Nick says people shouldn't mess with him when he gets mad. Why?
This is
Oh,
him.
shit.
Did he say how Chris Brown a bitch? I would respect that a lot if he said that.
This is him talking about the beef. He doesn't mention Charlotte. He not only
What's
does not
the
mention
beef about?
Is there real
Charlamagne.
beef?
I mean, it's like radio beef.
Now, does Charlamagne have more street cred than he does? I imagine he does.
Oh,
Yeah,
hells yeah, yo.
Well, Power 105 has more street cred.
Power
than
105 is
92.3
all about gunfire,
Are they
right?
bigger?
Power 105 is a hip hop station, so it's
Yeah.
not like.
Is Charlamagne good? I've heard his name. My ex-girlfriend used to listen to him. She said he was good.
But what's the beef about? How did it start?
Charlamagne started taking shots. Charlamagne he makes fun of people all the time, so he started taking shots at Nick Cannon.
Literally?
No, not gunshots.
Okay. Sorry, isn't that the station though that's had problems in the past with gunfire?
97.
No, you're thinking of Shot 97.
Shot 97. Shot 97.
It did start calling
That's
it.
funny.
That was the nickname, Shot 97.
Shot 97.
Oh, yeah.
Where you were taking your life in your hands just walking in the front door of that station.
Yeah.
They kind of calmed down, I guess, in recent.
Yeah, I haven't heard of many shootings.
Late. Yeah.
Recently.
Shot 97.
But
Sounds
then,
like hot.
Nick Cannon did a song and Charlamagne did a song.
Oh, shit.
Whose song is this one?
This one is Charlamagne's.
And what? It's a song about Nick Cannon?
I guess so.
Is he singing?
I'm curious about the dumb beef.
I'll see what he looks like. I don't even know who he is.
Oh, advertisement.
How many seconds?
This is the if you see something, say something. And, of course, it's a white person putting a bag down by the exit of a bus.
Yeah.
If you see something, say something.
It's like fucking John Smith putting something down.
He looks like JB Smoove, actually.
JB Smoove, he does.
Does he?
I heard Nick Cannon. Yeah. Nickelodeon, on MTV, has so many different shows. Of course, he's married to Mariah Carey. Yeah. You gave him Donkey of the Day because you said you didn't respect his rap career.
Nah, I respect him for everything.
They do Donkey of the Day, which I think is a little bit of a ripoff from Wendy Williams.
Is that like
she used to call people
Jackass?
Donkeys.
Oh, and someone's mad because they got hung up on, but Jay Moore and Fez fought yesterday, too.
Yeah, Jay Moore and Fez
The
got
pressure
into it.
this place is getting to
Was it a
everybody.
big fight?
Supposedly, that one flat got heated. Moore was
Oh,
pissed.
really?
Hey, well, because Jay Moore wanted Ron to do his podcast when Jay's going to be in town later this week. I think. And Fez told Ron that he thought it would become like a sit-down, serious interview, and that Jay would ask questions that were too serious and uncomfortable for Ron, and he didn't want his friend Ron to be subjected to that.
Wait, isn't...
What is Fezzy talking about?
But isn't
Ron could handle himself in any situation.
Ron could handle himself in the Nom.
Right.
Ron is like fucking
he didn't
the
want
man of men.
He thought, because Ron unmasks people, Fez was worried that Jay would unmask him or bring up topics that were close to his family or something that Ron really didn't want to talk about.
And Ron would say, Jay Moore, why don't you go fuck yourself? I'm not going to talk about that shit.
Well, Jay's defense was that they're friends. They would just hang out and laugh. Or if something really did get too serious, he would say, hey, engineer, cut that out.
Yeah.
And that would be that.
Ron can handle himself.
But Ron could totally handle himself.
Fez was worried about
This is going to be a problem, by the way. This discussion is going to be a problem.
For the record, a caller brought it up.
Yes, caller brought it up.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's an insult to Ron. Ron could handle himself in any fucking situation.
Oh, my God.
I've never seen Ron look bad.
Did you just say that Fez insulted Ron?
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, boy. Jesus. Oh, geez.
I don't know why Fez would say shit like that.
Oh,
I've never seen Ronnie have a
boy.
problem that he couldn't get out of. Not once.
No.
Yeah.
We've all had problems here. We had a tough time getting out of. I've never seen Ronnie go down that road.
I'd want Ronnie to be my like sergeant, getting out of the boats on Normandy.
But I'm sure
that's the guy you want. He's a natural leader. Mm-hmm. He's very sharp, quick-witted.
He can adapt to situations.
Oh, please! And I was listening to his Laura Dern interview yesterday, and that guy, look
to Laura Dern,
Laura Dern,
not to the interview.
But let me tell you something. Ronnie could interview a fucking rock.
Yeah.
And make it
no, that's
interesting.
impossible. I hate when people do analogies like that.
Really?
How do you talk to a rock?
All right. Look, I'm sorry that I compared Laura Dern to a rock. I should be chastised and my song should be taken off of Monday Night Football.
I understand what you're trying to say there, but in the end, the rock can't give you anything.
But Ronnie would be like,
can't even sing.
So how old are you? You've been around a long time.
Yeah.
If you roll, could you gather moss?
I get all that, but then
you get it.
But the Rock doesn't say anything. The Rock says,
"Yeah, that Rock you could interview, right?"
I've interviewed him. He's very interesting.
The Rock? Relax.
Yeah.
So have we, Sam.
Everybody has stuff.
He knows who Jim is.
And by the way, Dwayne Johnson, you're interviewing.
I've never met him.
Not The Rock.
Everyone interviewed The Rock because he needed people to see that piece of shit Tooth Fairy.
That's not why I interviewed him.
Yeah, I bet you it was.
That movie actually made money, didn't it? Tooth Fairy,
yeah.
The Rock's movies make
the
fucking
Tooth Fairy
cake.
Because those people
Fast and
pronounce
the
it
Furious
that way.
made like over $100 million.
Crazy
per theater.
Yeah.
Can we get back to this Jocktober that's going nowhere?
Oh, you mean Sam's personal vendetta?
Yeah, that's going nowhere.
It's called Sam's Personal Vendetta Day.
Are we going to play the rap song? The beef song?
you'll play part of Nick Cannon's. It's on the disc. So if you want to hear Charlamagne's, you're welcome to it as well.
Yeah, I want to hear why he's doing a...
Well, because it started when Charlamagne gave Nick Donkey of the Day.
Charlamagne.
He's a great businessman, but his rap sucks, and we all know that. Now, he did a little rap going at you. Let's play the rap going at him.
On the West, we ain't scared. I keep it funky all the way. Charlamagne made girls. So who the donkey of the day? Man, you about as gay as it's gay. I'll be on mansion number 6 by the time you get rich. Now,
see,
damn! I'll be on mansion number 6
by the time you
get rich.
Plus, he said he was gay.
That's a diss right there, motherfucker. He's taking it down to street level.
Sure, he's implying that this guy's in financial straits.
Exactly.
That's right.
Financial.
That's true.
Straits.
He does easy form on his own taxes. Black people have weird insults when they get mad. He don't have a 4-story house.
What the fuck? All right.
Well, talk. Can't beat him when it comes to career success yet. So I had to channel my alter ego, Lil Young Shorty. And I feel like I can beat him when it comes to rap. Like I balls, son. Now we're about to play...
Turn that bomb off.
We're about to play your new rap name.
Yeah.
Your new name is Little Young Shorty.
Little Young Shorty, son.
Now you done did this last night, so this is fresh from the studio.
Fresh from the studio.
All right. It's not even mixed and mastered yet.
Had to go in there and spit these bars.
Now, I haven't heard this yet.
Neither have I. This is our first time, so this is a worldwide debut.
It's not a diss song, it's a real song.
Now, I don't even know if we should be dropping bombs on it.
Because we haven't heard it. We can't co-sign it. All I know is Nick Cannon came at you hard.
And we can't co-sign.
Super ugly. Now can you ether him?
But I want you to know, Nick Cannon does have money. And Nick Cannon does have goons. And I got goons too.
Nick Cannon does have a black belt.
Peoples.
And... Now let's get into this joint. This is Little Young Shorty, a.k.a. Charlamagne. It's the Breakfast Club on Power 105.1.
What's this now?
This is Charlamagne the God's diss song.
His counter song.
It's a long lead-in.
To Nick
Jesus.
Cannon.
Is he Pink Floyd?
Dropping bombs on that motherfucker, yo.
God, what is it?
A dedication to Nick Cannon. The woke. Yeah, the woke. Wackest of all time. You got a lot of money, Nick, but you can't buy skill. Let's have a little fun. Dear Nick, nobody likes your songs. Nope. You wear Mariah's songs. Yep. Better leave Eminem alone. You're a guest in Mariah's home. Mariah's clone. Your rap career is wrong. Nobody likes your songs. You suck on the microphone. Nick Cannon's whack on whack on whack. Hey. Whack on whack on whack. Hey. Whack on whack on. Hold up. Oh, I told y'all. Hold up. I told y'all I got bars in these streets.
Wait. Can we break that down? Can we break that down?
I told y'all I got bars in these streets. Hold up.
Jesus Christ, all right.
Bars in the streets.
What's going on, Sam?
Crazy.
He's bragging. The
That
bars
was the-
refer to the music.
Yeah. Dude,
what happened?
I think Charlamagne got the best of fucking Nick right there.
I think so, too.
Living at fucking Mariah's house.
A guest in her home.
A guest in her house.
He wears Mariah's thongs.
Oh, this is fucking brutal.
It's going to get ugly.
Yeah. Wow.
But
Charlamagne the God.
Charlamagne blew it, though. He goes, let's have some fun. Like, he just fucking dissed the guy.
No, he wanted to have a little fun. He wanted him to know.
He wanted to make sure everyone is all right in the end.
It's okay.
We're
Let's
just having fun here.
Let's not pull out no gats.
Right.
Is what he's saying.
Let's be honest, there's been issues in rap. Maybe if Biggie or fucking Tupac, let's have some fun. They wouldn't be in a pine box.
Fucking true.
Those guys take it really seriously.
Point well
All right,
taken.
Good point. What do we know? We're white. Nick says people shouldn't mess with him when he gets mad. So this is leads up to this clip, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
All right, fine.
Rolling with Nick Cannon on New York's new 92.3 now, and I have split personalities.
You went hard.
I don't know if you know this or not. The Nick that you know every morning that's nice and
Nickelodeon.
family friendly, the host of America's Got Talent, the chairman of Teen Nick, the guy who does Cannon's questions. That guy, that's who I am. But you don't like me when I'm angry. I can turn into the Incredible Hulk. And when I do, I go, like, if you read some of my tweets sometimes, or even in my stand-up act, I get a little raw. And when, I still can spit these bars a little bit when it comes to rhyming. So as of lately, I've been putting out a lot of remixes and mixtape type of material, but as of recently, there's some stuff that's getting a lot of attention.
You know, yesterday you posted a song called Warning, and you remixed Warning. I almost fell out of my chair.
She almost fell out of her chair,
That's
huh?
right.
The people don't fall out of their chairs either.
No, they
you
don't
can't
do that.
interview a rock, and you can't fall out of your chair that easily.
No.
It's also like this
especially from laughing.
This whole beef doesn't really make any sense because Nick Cannon's on a top 40 station.
Yeah, this doesn't
there's
really.
no street cred. There's no. It's not a rap thing. He
By the
just
way,
came out of
I want
IAZ.
to apologize to Ant about the rock thing.
Yeah.
I hear there's a rock in the studio every day, so I apologize.
Iraq.
Well, no. When you were talking about Ron.
Yeah.
People are telling me there's a rock in the studio every day. So I apologize to you.
Oh, wow. Now that's just.
I apologize.
Okay, now there's going to be a
What are you
problem.
talking about?
This is like
I didn't say it.
Now Power 105
People are beating me
level.
up about the rock thing. They're like, "Look, there's a rock in the studio every day." So I apologize. To you.
This is
I apologize.
not going to be good.
I apologize.
Later this
I was
morning.
wrong. I was wrong. I'm sorry, sir. Ron can interview a rock. I apologize.
Boy.
I apologize.
This is going to be a bad morning.
What are you talking about? You guys might be seeing a little too much into this. I'm just apologizing to you.
All right.
You were correct, sir. I was wrong.
Good luck with this. Oh, boy.
Nick plays part of his new rap song where he gets at everybody by saying he is rich and calling out his ex who dated Kanye West after him.
Yeah, I guess his ex said something about him. I could not find any information, but he used to date Salida Ebanks. I think that's how you pronounce her name. She was on Celebrity Apprentice, and she's a Victoria's Secret model.
Oh,
then she dated Kanye West after him. So he played the part of his song, but he didn't play the Charlamagne part on his radio show.
Okay.
Maybe he shook.
Yeah.
So now what are we doing?
So now Nick's going to introduce his song, and Sarah Lee's going to pretend like it's the greatest thing she's ever heard in her entire life.
Going to pretend.
We're really working this segment. It's tiring today, Sam.
It really is.
It's
Yeah,
not,
it is.
It's not
It's
flowing
exhausting.
easy.
Bunch of dreck.
It's exhausting.
You called out every single person in the
People been
industry.
saying a lot of stuff about me for a long time, and nice guy I just kept quiet. But then I felt like I love this record so much that I was inspired by Uncle Murder.
Listen, and everybody always comes to me and says, "Oh, Nick, soft." Like whenever you put a record out, they try to come at me, and I'm like, "You don't understand."
call me soft?
They try to call you soft. So whenever this video came,
She's white, right?
I mean, but so I posted it on my Facebook, and everybody has gone insane. And my favorite line, there are like 5 times in the song that I freak out. I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you went there." And one is when you called out Salida, because Salida was talking about being messy.
Anybody. I don't know
Salida was being messy and talking about your past relationship. You called out everybody. Here's a little clip.
You can't play the whole thing.
And we had to actually clean this clip.
Get to
this clip
it.
up. You can go to
Play the fucking
Nick
thing.
Uncle Murder, you got you a smash on this one. I'm about to make you proud, big homie.
I want to be your hype girl.
It's incredible. From Brooklyn all the way to LA.
Incredible.
Getting money. Ooh, I'm getting paper. I donate to your foundation, saving all you haters. Obama on them, this my package is stimulating. Ass me issuing with my swag, I have my biz on your face. Taking out the media, blogging every day. They thought I bought boss away, I'm paid off my hate. My ex misses my sex, y'all heard what she said. While I'm Thanksgiving pimping, gave that bird to Kanye. On the West, we ain't scared.
Oh my God, and if you don't know what Nick's talking about, because I know you're not going to say Nick, in Kanye's video, Salida is like this bird on the song, and like she sits down for like Thanksgiving dinner, and so Nick said, "I gave that bird to Kanye."
I'm just saying, when people say mean things about me, sometimes I gotta defend myself.
What's going on?
I'm tapping.
Enough with this.
I'm tapping.
This stinks.
I'm tapping out on today's. I should have tapped earlier.
Yeah.
And you know what?
We're killing the listeners with this.
I don't even know what this is. I'm sorry, Sam.
You don't have to be sorry. That's what it is. That's Jocktober.
But it's not even enjoyable in that way.
No, I need like Jocktober. I need a quick dumb bit from a hole, and this is like
careful.
This is like some kind of a pseudo fucking hip hop war
He's taking
going
personally.
on.
He's taking it personal.
I never, ever. Oh, I know. Oh, I see him.
I'm doing fine.
I see him.
You all right, Sam?
I'm doing just fine.
Wants to call mommy?
If you want to, you're welcome to, but there's no
To
reason
save this
to.
segment.
Mark this day in history.
Uh-oh.
Mark this day in history. It's the first and probably last time I could say this. I agree with Steve Blatter.
Oh.
The segment sucks.
You
know
can't
what?
handle it.
I say we take a break from Jocktober.
I think, yeah.
You come back strong on Monday with a Jocktober, or
Yeah.
this bit is over.
That's it. You're
what about
being-
Nick's survey, though? Out of curiosity.
I'm telling you.
I know he's curious.
All right, yeah, I mean, you can do what you want.
Just tell me what it is, so I don't have to think about it.
It's a fake phone call bit. He pretends he's calling somebody at random and asks them wacky questions.
I can't do it.
I know. You know what it is?
You have a legend waiting for us. This sucks.
You fucked up with
sucks.
the beginning. We should have played that first, maybe, because that's more Jocktober-ish with the prank call. Now I can't. I've lost complete interest.
Well,
as has, I believe, every
Everybody.
single listener.
What was the topic?
Well, it's a wacky survey, so it's just crazy.
What's the survey,
questions.
though?
There is no topic. It's just the craziest questions you can think of.
We might have to go back to this after Duff McKagan.
You can't figure out whether or not you want to.
Well, how about we go back to
I'm
it?
pretty sure.
No, we got to take a break.
Yeah, he's got a heart out, so we got to...
Duff McKagan is up next. He's got his new book. It's
Oh my God.
We're back. Young Opie is in the restroom. Anthony is in. Travis is in. And, of
Yes.
course, Duff McKagan is in
Duff.
the studio. Yeah, we're just coming back right now.
Duff.
You smell really good, by the way.
Do I?
Yeah, what kind of cologne is that?
It's Ode to Duff.
It's nice.
Yes.
It's just.
No, you know
Duff.
what? I'm going to say it. It's Gucci.
Is it Gucci?
Ah.
Good stuff.
I don't know what it is.
Duff smells rich. I like that smell.
It's called I Wrote a Bestseller.
I'm an author, a writist.
Yes, a writist.
A
That's
writist.
the smell of success, I think, Jim.
How many times
Why
have
it's
you...
new to you.
Yeah, I know. It's like, what does that smell? Oh, it's new money. Oh, okay. I've never smelled that before. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, up early for you or what?
Well, it is early because
Yeah.
West Coast time. It's like whatever.
That's a
But
bitch.
I was up last night. The book came out yesterday. This is all new experience for me.
Huge.
It's just different. And I did a book event at the Strand bookstore last night, and David Frick we had a conversation, and they hired him or whatever to come and we talked, and I just ended up asking him all the questions about how do you write, where do you write, what do you think of, how do you...
Who is he? He writes for Rolling Stone, right?
Since 1977, senior writer for Rolling Stone, and it was really quite an honor, and it was a sold out thing, and then my book company took me to dinner, and anyhow, I didn't go to bed until 2 in the morning.
Do you think that feels a little odd? Like, okay, you wrote a book, and it's very good. Jimmy is fucking raving about it too, and like you write a book, and then you talk with an author, and you feel like, hey, now I could talk to this guy. Or do you kind of get a little modest, like, all right, look, let me slow down a little. I wrote a book, but...
In reality, I really am modest about writing. I'm a practicing writer. I write 2 columns a week. So I always have a deadline. I'm always questioning whether I'm any good. I just turned in my ESPN column just came out minutes ago. So I was editing last night while my book's coming out.
Okay, so you write then...
I don't know if I'm any good. I've been writing for 3 years.
Well, they haven't fired you. I guess you're all right.
That means you're good.
So far,
Yes,
so
you're
good.
good.
Or they're
in
just
this
afraid of
world.
him. It's one of the two. Either you're very good or they're just afraid of you.
Right. And I don't know which one it is. And then last night also I'm talking to this senior writer for the Rolling Stone as sort of they're putting us up there as I'm not an equal with him by any stretch, but we're talking.
But yeah, you guys are up there together, right? Yeah.
Whatever. So this is all a new experience, and I guess for me that's what life's about. Like, okay, what do you got? What's new? And meeting people last night who came to the book event. They're rockers for sure.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
But there's a different setting at it.
Well, because they have to be able to read. So
Well,
you're
it's
getting
just everybody's very polite, and you're talking about words now instead of that song that fucking you fucking dude that thing got me through this thing, and which is awesome.
page 168 fucking rocked. Fucking rocked.
It's different.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Can we get into the book a little bit? There's a picture here And unfortunately, Duff, I got
Is
the
that
book.
what you go straight to? Is
Well,
the
I'll tell you
pictures?
why. I'll tell you why.
Why?
You know I'm a big Guns N' Roses fan.
Yeah.
You've been in them many times. I love GNR, okay? And I can't wait to read
Me
his
too.
book. I
gotta
just
say.
fucking got the book 20 minutes ago. So the first thing I'm doing, yes, is going to the pictures. And I got to read the caption. My brother Mark left for Vietnam when I was 3 years old. That's me bawling my head off with my mother and my brother, Matt, beside me. This is one of my first memories ever.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And we all think about what is our first fucking memory. And yours
heavy
is
duty.
seeing your brother go to Vietnam?
Yes, and I didn't understand what war was and all of those things. And I remember asking my mom, and this is, you have those moments in your life that and I said, Mom, what is war? I was really worried about my brother, little kid. you
Sure.
know? And she said, well, two men don't agree on something, so then they send their young men from their country and they go fight in a field over their disagreement over these. And I have not found a better explanation to this day.
That is very simple
Yeah.
and to the point.
Who decided we have to send the young men? Why couldn't we just send old men from both sides?
Yeah, I'm
at the end of
still
their
on the,
lives?
our president should be just kick-ass kickboxers.
Duke it out.
Yeah.
You guys
Take it
go
to the
for it.
cage. Take it
We
to the
gotta work.
cage.
We got to work and take care of our people,
Yeah.
our families and stuff.
Now, I don't know the answer to this question, but did Matt come back okay?
Mark, yeah.
Oh, Mark, excuse me.
Yeah, right. Two of my brothers were there, so there's a bunch of us.
Right.
So the draft was active then, and both of my brothers went and signed up because they want to get drafted and be sent to some.
Right.
They got sent to the. Mark especially got sent to the crap anyhow, but they're back and they came back. Yeah.
I guess it was a lot easier to sign up. Yeah, some people said to sign up was better than to get drafted because you had a little bit more say in what you were going to do sometimes. But
with five boys in our family, they were for sure going to get drafted. That was
right.
And then I know it's a big age difference then, because he has to be about 17 here, right?
There's 8 of us. I'm the youngest. My oldest brother is 20 years older than me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Big span.
Wow.
You didn't get along too well with your dad growing up, right? Or you didn't seem like you were too thrilled with his performance.
Well, he was done raising kids at that point. He did it for 20 years.
Yeah. And as a parent now, I wrote about that. Obviously, Jim, you read about that. And I guess I made it sort of public. And I didn't mean to throw my dad on the bus. And I think I bring him back into my life in the book,
right.
Which actually happened. But yeah, the things that I think we all have those experiences as a kid. I never got beat up or molested by some weird uncle or any of that stuff. But I had this experience with my dad that I shouldn't have had when I was in 3rd grade. I caught him, in a situation with a neighbor's, wife and in 3rd grade, now, kids, it seemed my kids at that age, I'm like, oh, I saw it then.
You walked in on him and the neighbor's wife, pretty much.
Right, yeah. So,
Jesus, that's pretty heavy duty.
Yeah.
So the only reason I brought it up is because how I realized that I protected my mom and I got kind of lying. I had to lie at a young age and
I put you in a pretty shitty position.
And I got panic attacks later on as a teenager, and I just thought it's because I did too much acid. I did.
Of course, sure.
You think, oh, God, I'm one of those guys you hear about, those hippies that have flashbacks, I'm one of those guys. And it turns out, whatever, we all have childhood things that happen. And I just kind of exposed mine a little bit, not the whole thing by any stretch, but how later on the panic attacks and then I self-medicated those things and how I became completely dependent on alcohol and drugs and this caustic weird thing. And my band's huge and I'm all of a sudden I'm strung out. I'm what? Nobody dreams of like being in this kick-ass band. You practice your instrument, you learn how to write songs and the band matriculates up, and all of a sudden you're huge. You don't, in all of that thing, you don't ever dream of, and I want to be an alcoholic.
And I want to be all fucked up through all this great shit.
Do you wish you were sober when Guns N' Roses was at their peak? Would you have enjoyed it more, or was it kind of went with what was happening with you guys, where it was one big cool party?
Of course, I wish I was sober my whole life, and,
right.
I think if I was now and felt like I do now,
right,
then the ride would have been completely different. I don't regret or resent how I went through life. I think you have to believe that your life happened. Everything in your life, all the steps happened for a reason. They get you to this point now. And what I learned from all of that is invaluable. So I know where all the left turns go into dark corners and how to go around those turns now. And so I don't have to worry about that part.
And Axl made it easy to party, right?
What's that now?
I said Axl made it easy to party because, there was some frustration with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
It probably made it easier to deal with some of that stuff.
A lot of things played into it, for sure. But yeah, I came away from writing this book of how much I loved that band and loved the brother ship and the fellowship of that band. And, it's a unique experience what the five of us went through and built that thing into our band. People liked our band, and first it was a few, and then it was more, and it was more, and then this whole generation worldwide. And worldwide it's a big world out there, and you don't really realize it. And you're in some little town in South America, and some old lady comes up to you, and she's 90 years old, and grabs you by the cheeks. And, I love your band.
Jesus.
Wow.
Gotta fuck her.
Really? Is that what you're doing?
Oh, yeah, I have to.
I'm in this eloquent thing. And
Sorry.
Yeah, you got it.
For the story, Duff. For the story. For the story.
Jesus.
For the story. Duff is tapping out.
It really is. It's so. There's not a boring page in the book. Honestly, it's
can't wait to read it.
Everything held my interest, even the family stuff. And normally family stuff can kind of get a little bit, but the way you kept it, you didn't go too far with it where it was uninteresting. It's every page you want to keep reading. You want to keep reading, and you don't throw Axl under the bus, but you don't exonerate him either, which I liked a lot. I thought you were really fair, and there was. I found myself hating Axl reading this, and then all of a sudden he would do something compassionate, and you like him, and then he would encourage you to do something in your sobriety, and you like him. Did he really come to you and Slash and want you to sign papers before you went on stage?
No. Okay, so I hope that part of the book is clear, that he actually, in that part of our career, I don't think there was any connection between our management and the band and all of that stuff. I do think people thought that Slash and I were going to die. Good chance of it.
Yeah. Shit. Really?
Yeah, there was a good chance, and I think there were some safeguards by that point. And the only point I was trying to make is our band had gotten so out of our control that we were sat backstage with this. Part of me wished I didn't write about that. I wrote a bunch of words. I wrote probably twice as many words that are in the book, and then we started editing it down. And of course,
it is time. You're off mic a little bit.
Yeah, and so there's parts of the book that, it is my truth, and it is my story, and I only wrote the parts that affected me that I could get to my mission statement of the book, which is how did I get so bad, and how did I get better?
So that might have been managed, because there's a part where management comes, and I guess I forget where you guys were. There's a massive arena, and said, "Look, you're gonna have Axl wants you to sign these papers, which gives him the rights to the name Guns N' Roses in case you or Slash die."
In the book, I didn't say Axl, so
you didn't say Axl.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah. There were papers were presented to us, and it was just this.
Didn't you say Axl? They said Axl wouldn't go on if you didn't sign these.
That was how it was
presented.
Framed
right?
to
Oh,
us,
wow.
Yeah. And that's how disjointed the band was at that time, for sure. And
do you think that was more of a management thing than from him personally? That was maybe management trying to do something?
To this day, I don't really know. And I didn't really. Of course, that's a part of the band that I've thought about from time to time. I don't go back and think about, God damn it, I don't have. I've really exorcised those resentments and all that stuff, and I think I live a happier life because I have. So I touched on certain points in that thing and the signing the papers, the name over, as how it affected me and how bad our band had kind of gotten and disjointed we were, and I suppose how bad I was health-wise, because if I'm, people think I'm going to die. We could have handled that differently. Like, let's pull the band off the road and get the band healthy. Maybe if I was the manager of that band now, if I saw that, I'd pull them off the road.
Yeah, but
I would have pulled them off the road.
That means the money isn't coming in, though.
Well, that's right.
Yeah,
so I don't really speak highly of the man in the book. The management.
Right.
If it was now, I think maybe I wouldn't even put that band on the road in 1991. I would have okay, let's do some stuff to make our band last. Let's get ourselves in a great headspace and healthy maybe and all of those things. But you cannot go back and go, what if? Our band, that tour was vicious and often beautiful and brutal and all of those great things. And I talk to people all the time. I saw that show at the fill in the blank, and it changed my life. And that impacts me. Like, really, changed your life? And
well, you guys had a weird pressure too, because there was if they would start 3 hours late sometimes, and there would be a riot, and then all of a sudden you're backstage wondering, is somebody going to be killed because of this riot? So there's I think something that most rockers don't have to deal with was that fear that fans were going to be truly injured in a riot,
and you're going to be held liable for it,
or just morally,
Just morally, it was more morally than money.
Yeah,
I was just
see where my head is. You just sit there going, "That'll cost you." Fuck the kid. I don't care.
You're suddenly faced with all these things. I was faced with all these things that I never ever dreamed. How could you dream that you're going to be faced with? People getting hurt and experience that when we played Donington for the first time and the crowd surged forward and because we went on stage. And they surged forward and there's mud and all of that, and 2 guys died.
Yeah.
Because we hit the stage. You imagine having to deal with that at 24 years old? Because people loved our band, they surged forward, 2 guys died.
Did you kind of rationalize it in your head, like, hey, we were just doing our job? Did it really affect you?
I still haven't rationalized that.
Really?
No.
You almost feel a certain responsibility.
I did at that point.
Fucked up.
At that point, all of a sudden, you're like, oh, it was the first real gig that our band was just breaking and big.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, bam, bam, bam. You don't sit down and talk about these things beforehand. Well, if your band gets big, this and this and this can happen.
Someone can die, and that's fucked up.
But now, Donington, because of that incident, there's these huge barriers and it separates the crowd. I don't know if you've ever been over there to that festival, and all festivals now have those.
Yeah, it's the big barriers. It's almost like
barriers and all.
Yeah, to keep a crowd from being able to crush each other.
Yeah.
But
you were getting into. I'm starting to slouch in my head.
Oh, Jesus!
Death and darkness and dream.
Oh Christ! Is there a happy fucking moment in this book?
There is,
Jesus
but
Christ.
it's interesting to get into that headspace, though.
No, it's
very
really
interesting to read about.
It really is,
because I could not put the book down, and it's not that you just want to read about bad stuff, but you never get to hear the perspective of the performer. You hear the stories,
right?
But you never get to hear the fact that, you wonder what was the rest of the band thinking while chairs are being thrown and things, and you're in the back, wanting to vomit and having a panic attack. And it's like you forget that the band are people, and they're back there, feeling fucking horrendous about what's going on outside in the theater,
frustrated, and all of those things. And but I think I had to get 2 questions people ask me all the time: how much did you drink, and how much drugs you do? And I'll give out my number, a gallon of vodka, and maybe a couple 8 balls of this, and this many pills. And most people don't know how to take that in.
You can't even digest
that. Sounds like a lot.
What?
I don't even drink a gallon of water in a week, and so people don't. So I tried to write into that and get the reader into my headspace that sort of fall into insanity. And so I tried an experiment to unsettle the reader. And so the book jumps back and forth a bunch in the first 150 pages. So by the time you land on where my headspace is at 27, you might be as confused as I am. It's not a confusing book to read, I don't think.
No, but that was just to jump in, because you read something and it's like, and then and Slash and I were doing this and we had Steve Adler, and then all of a sudden it's like, so then and then the next chapter starts with my band in Seattle, and it's like you do feel like you're jumping, but it doesn't take. It's pretty easy to follow, but it does feel like it's a random thought, which I kind of liked.
So all of a sudden, when I'm in the throes of my deal. Hopefully, my point was to try to get you there in your headspace, and then the my sort of rise out of that thing and how I got better. I think it's a little lighter because it gets dark.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, and that's really what my life was. I came out of this thing at 30 years old, and
well, you were forced to get better, really, right? Because the pancreas thing.
Yeah, it was.
You had no choice. If you wanted to live, the doctor said you can't drink anymore.
It was
physically you will die sooner than later.
Used up
so you
all
were
your
kind of
drinking
forced to at that
privileges.
point. Were you ready to get sober at that point?
Yeah. So I was in the hospital, and it was dire, and I'm in the hospital. I got tubes in my arms, and how did I get here? I'm still that in my head. You're still that 14-year-old kid. Like. Rock and I just saw the Ramones and life is amazing. I'm in a hospital with tubes in my arms
because of drinking and drugs. I'm here.
How did I get here? And then so my mom, the 8 of us kids, I'm the youngest. She had Parkinson's at the time. She had in a wheelchair coming in to take care of her youngest son.
Wow.
And I right then and there I said the order of things is wrong. I should be taking care of her. You're a fuck up. You're an asshole. You're all of these things, and I beat myself up in that bed, and I think I had to, and I rose up, and I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I've had this chance, this Librium in my arm. I went through the DTs of alcohol withdrawal gently because of the Librium with a button. Anybody's been in the hospital, you see that you have the buttons.
So those buttons work. I always wonder.
And the morphine and morphine.
Was it like the
arm.
green cross the street button? This thing don't work.
So that was my turning point, and
you never looked back.
I didn't. I talking in the book. I had a couple stumbles, and I've had a few times where I thought I was bulletproof because, yes, I'm better. I don't know if you ever get better. I have to be, vigilant about my life and my deal, and so yeah, I wrote a book, and there it is. I see it sitting on the thing, and
I can't wait to read
it's fucking great. And there's something you said that was so perceptive. There's a lot of, I know they say Duff has to go in like 2 minutes, but there's extremely insightful things, and one of them, you said, the way I like to define myself diverged from the actions that actually defined me. And this disconnect proved a nearly fatal level of self-deception. I was like, what a fucking amazing way to look at self-deception. Like the way I see myself, well, the facts are just different. It's not who I actually am. And that self-deception is going to get you killed.
It can. Yeah, and I had all these little epiphanies. Oh wait, I think I could convince myself because everybody's like, Duff from Guns N' Roses. All right, you hear that all the time. All right, I'm Duff from Guns N' Roses. You're not Duff McKagan, or you know what I mean? You're Oh, you're Duff, the punk rock guy. You're the punk element of the band, or it's King of Beers. Yeah. And you hear it enough times, like, yeah, I'm fucking Duff from Guns N' Roses, man.
But you're just Duff McKagan. And
you're not, and you're
still the kid with all the fucking
a dopey dude who's like, can play guitar, knows how to be part of a good band. I know how to be a good team member and all those things.
Sure.
And but I think I'm just this dorky guy who I like to work hard.
Yeah.
That's it. And I like people, and I want to have a family, and maybe, I don't know if I can do that. I'm probably too much of a dork to ever meet a woman again. All these sober thought, like, I didn't know how to talk to a woman, like all this stuff.
It's so weird to hear.
Unless you're like, Duff from Guns N' Roses. Again, yeah.
I had,
Yeah.
like when I was in the throes of drinking and stuff, I was like, you girl, come with me, let's go. But I couldn't. I didn't know how to do that.
You're
anymore.
a caveman.
Yeah. You now, wait. Limo, hotel, go.
It sounds great because a lot of bands or guys in bands that write books, it is usually that just surface, yay, and then we fucking hit the Roxy and it was fucking great. But I mean, really getting into who you are and your whole journey through this thing, the band, and then sobriety and family and things like that.
Yeah.
That's something you don't really get in a book by a rock and roller, a real rock and roller.
Well, you nailed it with the title too. It's so easy and other lies. That's perfect, right?
Yeah.
It's a perfect title.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It really is.
Stumbled upon that one.
Really?
Stumble. That's a good stumble.
Oh, you get it? Like, stumble. Do you guys got any good jokes?
No.
Oh, fuck no.
You're out?
No,
None I can tell
We're
here.
below mediocre as a program.
None I can tell here, but
Oh, you can't tell them on here.
well, no, we
he
can
likes a certain
curse on
type
here,
of
but I like jokes that get I don't know, maybe
off color.
Yeah,
little bit,
I like
slightly
the
off
off-color
color.
jokes as long as I haven't heard them 1,000 times, or told them 1,000 times. Yeah, but as far as jokes go, I don't know. Jimmy, you got a joke?
I don't really do like joke. You've seen me. It's like I'm not good at that type of a. Whenever they ask me to do a bit or something, I always feel like I fucking have never written a joke in my life. Like, do you have anything funny? I'm like, no, I don't.
Oh, I got a joke. Or one of our producers, E-Rock.
Poor guy.
It's a fucking joke.
That's more of a sick tragedy.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
Look at Duff. Wow.
that was a little bad.
Duff, I got to ask, you write about Kurt in the book?
I touched on it.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I touched on it because there was all these sort of things with Nirvana and a lot of it was just lore and built up by the press. And in reality, I kind of talked about it because Novoselic, Christ, he and I became colleagues in 2008 at the Seattle Weekly. He wrote a political column. He's a really smart guy and very active politically.
Sure.
And he's written this column for the Weekly for a long time. So and he and I started discussing things, and I saw Kurt Cobain on a plane, flying back to Seattle. He and I sat next to each other a few days before he passed.
Wow.
Were there any signs?
Pardon?
Any signs? Probably a hack question, but I mean,
I kind of wrote about. We were two guys who were pretty messed up and on a plane, and he was running from this thing, and and got out of the plane in Seattle, and he's from this big band, and I'm from this big band, and everybody sort of just stopped.
Yeah, I must have been like, what the fuck?
And so, and you're kind of conditioned to that at that point, and we kind of just both went to baggage claim, and okay, and then left, but we talked on the plane, and we were kind of two fellow passengers in that wet cardboard box you can't quite punch your way out of. It's not a great place to be all addicted and all that stuff, in my experience. Kids listening, don't do it. I did the research for you. It sucks.
They're telling us stuff has to go because he has TV. I'm like, we don't want to boot you, believe me.
But the up, I'm going to end on an up. So, I never called Chris and Dave and all these things I like later on. I should have called him and said I'm sorry for your loss, and I didn't, and I didn't reach out, and I was too confused and fucked up myself, and Novoselic and I became these. We're pretty good friends now, and we've talked about a lot of things, and I don't know what the point I was getting at.
It's just an odd turn of events too, that like you guys writing and.
He's so good, man.
Yeah,
that dude is. Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't do much press or anything. He just writes.
Yeah.
But if you ever get a chance to get him on the show, I think he has a new bass. Like first time ever, he goes, "I have a new Gibson bass, an RD. They gave me my signature model." He goes, "I don't even play in a band anymore. This is the best."
Yeah,
and he's so excited about this new bass that they were like a kid. Like, can you believe it? It's got my name on it, and it's really, it's almost kind of cute, Like, and he's such a great bass player. His bass lines will live in infamy, And Great guy, and if you ever get a chance to get him on your show, you'll be fascinated by his life.
Yeah, we'll
It's
get him
just-
on.
It's amazing.
I got to plug. I want to plug before Duff because he has
absolutely.
TV Town.
gotta
I want
go.
to plug his book signings. The book's amazing. I think we've told you that. It's tonight. We'll be at Bookends. Some of you have gone there. You've seen me there. It's in Ridgewood, New Jersey. It's a nice independent store. It's huge. There's plenty of room. That's 7 p.m. It's 211 East Ridgewood Avenue. And then tomorrow in Long Island. If you don't have to cross Manhattan to get to Duff tonight, you can wait till tomorrow. He'll be at. Book review. It's 7 p.m. 313
Huntington.
New York Avenue in Huntington.
Yeah,
my hometown.
Opie's
there, Duff.
hometown.
You want a free meal?
Go Huntington.
F.H. Riley's. Stop by. My brother will
What's
take
the
care
high
of you.
school? What's their
We got Huntington High School, Harbor
what's
Fields.
what's their mascot?
Well, Harbor Fields was the Tornadoes.
Hey, go Tornadoes! Tornadoes!
That was my high school.
Yeah,
It's just
okay.
close to Huntington, I should
Tornadoes.
say.
And Kane is hosting, by the way, Kane is hosting a conversation tomorrow night in Long Island. Yes, and Dove's signing, obviously, and it's just a great book. I can't say enough about it. It's very, very insightful.
Thanks,
I very rarely enjoy a biography this much. There's not a boring page in the fucking book.
Very cool.
I will read this one, Duff.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's
Thanks
so
for-
easy.
thanks
And
for
Other
coming
Lies
on,
from Duff McKagan.
You guys are awesome. Thanks.
Cool.
Okay.
Next time,
Good.
next time you're in New York, you know what? We don't talk music. We'll talk sports and other shit.
Sports, yes.
We'll do something completely different with
cash.
you. And cash. Enough of this Guns N' Roses thing.
We could go for a while.
Yeah,
on
I
that.
bet we could.
Enough of this dumb Guns N' Roses thing. We're going to get into
Dumb
sports.
Guns N' Roses.
I want to leave it at this. Writing this book made me really appreciate the bands and the friends and Slash and Axl and Izzy and Steven and Matt and Dave Kushner and Weiland, all these guys that I've gone through this journey of, and my band Loaded, all these great players and guys I've traveled the world with and learned a lot from and God damn it, yeah, created some great music too.
Yeah.
Amazing chemistries and all this stuff. So